aba pa simano dunkono ene ye benada ene a Tuesday. Yes, ene the 24th day of June 2025. Ebraston agokanse honsem ene atena se no pay the some Robert Mensah Sports. Efri samre yakopem se no nkono ebebo no nsema hodo ya boabo no man Ghana mu ena fe nkrofo aman so no nyina no ye babebo achi na ye the amount FKK ebetena se enche bia kwama no ne ni akohwe honsem no FIFA Club World Cup no koso na enra some of the games they told you the last round of matches na shall see with the group stage ni mu nti say ni ehu omo qualify for the next stage nti enra Atletico Club de Madrid and upon your discussion no ha say game am kwa kobone de edine because PSG na what 3 points na we dan ya sa hwan Seattle for no Sounders for no be hye wo man PSG hye wo mo nti na katiko wo game akwa kobono wo opponent I was 6 points or 3 nti was also kwhye na unya 3 bi just winning no more +2 atiko -2 tatiko be hia be 3 goals ho Dinio, Dine. Diego Pablo Simeone. Papa di atiko no ano na ase minim ne asi atimi e de ache ne sa because kasanka ba bia nkasa menka asake no on. Men se da nyada ne sa because so many pansesi form. And let me look at Diego Simeone ne Atletico Madrid no they are out of the FIFA Club World Cup no. Yeah, they all the results ebe to dry machin ta Miami boy. Na Luis Suarez mi akoya kokropa no aboyo. Ba ne nyina mu no ekowie say o ma qualify to the next stage na o mo kono nkohia hwan ya say no parents ne start here ba say Inter Miami be bia o kono ko o ka ko burumu pa o ka ko burumu a efiri mu ara ko firi mu ho no mo no ye de mon send we to dwa e wo FIFA Club World Cup no say ne all the games are 8 to dwa na Tuesday no ye de mon komo no nyina de be ba e be ramu e wo transfers ni mu eniama bobobo pa nei Brian Mbuamo no yes man info increase wa musika no o mani abre boy no so pa sign assignments ne echo as ne ma ye slow bi sa ne ade o transfers ni mana bi mu ni sika ne ade e be he se the transfers ne ko ne deals no Neco Williams to Barcelona no hon sem ne to say any all other important transfers are e wo se wote no ye de beba e wo show you some beba fi na beba abehwe the first segment of the show no ne ba and then the first segment no Nye the FIFA Club World Cup. FIFA de betu just say nay. I say boboba. Yes, me can say reports na boboba. Say FIFA Club World Cup no komo bi cause say nka mo host no every 2 years. Media me support it pa because FIFA Club World Cup na trophy every year be a clubs na mo winning or trophy somebody can who be o. Ye born every year be a but because of the numbers are increasing into no and I say brebeba see a bonus a proper tournament it's brebeba and I say if I no call in 4 years but me I feel say 4 years need nke one do and at least 2 years be above FIFA Club World Cup no and can be very interesting and I feel the boy say na wo hu no say na wo hu afidi and ugidi say yen twen 4 years bia and sign about FIFA Club World Cup and I say every 2 years bia no ye boy that should be okay for the club players, no. Every 2 years should be okay. So conversation about the first segment of the show. That before I say now this issue, no, yes, so ya analyze ya share. Every 2 years be should we host it every 2 years be no one negative impact be na and as be bien we be see because yes 4 years ni there emu wa papa de mame the best san komo ye boba from a FIFA camp no on the first segment no ye be phone lines not to na fe so aba so abeche wadwen e dia fa ho by in the meantime no we betuma send a message no FIFA Club World Cup no should we maintain it every 4 years and then pay for the bet 2 years be no we just say e no be far interesting mamenya o message no on 0244 743 143 0244 743 143 for message no for her bra making can we show no so na metumi e de ama you be ba other local stories will fear the beba pa Kumasi Asante Kodoko the Hope brand no the new jersey for next season abetodwa na new jerseys no e call for 500 cedis ama 40 no almost way you bedin komo e show no send no code didi dramani first day will pobiman no has a full for kasafa ho enima ben no mo hwani so be achieve with the coach no e the munsem no e beba from phobia camp Black Queens of Ghana so camp wo eye waf konom kwakobon preparations no ase no and also et say calf at the date for registration aba enti kotokone bibia ni Gold Stars omko Ghana nemu no data also mo dia registration for Africa no any the data Africa ni po be hyase no ye de munsem no e de beba because of this I was kotokone eye Gold Stars ho ye ha no mo ye registration enu abibia ni Gold Stars ba kwatia tom medicals atofom bibia atofom awie ya the details ne beba from bibia ni Gold Stars near the home komo I will show you so any all important stories today Oro Mohammed Polo akasa say how the folk mo bobre na wasa kasa amre yanka ye bo fa club board cap no ka how the folk mo na ka wasa ka bobi o ka hat ka mo na mo bobi nya wa ka mo na Sundowns mo hwan I was saying fa club board cap how the folk should have been there. Why is he saying this? Oro Mohammed Polo come on no yedni ina de beba including some interesting local stories ya gathering this morning for the show. Midin at the Miss Ruby Adams. Ye kwama no ne FKK tnasene semono wabo church media my kaisa no pay streaming live on Facebook. Kastle 90.3 FM Cape Coast. Join the show no Facebook and pay. Show ni be mama like na share for comment ne bra. Meje bra kind on the show for you. What text message any WhatsApp message 550244743 143 0244 143 FIFA Club World Cup no ye maintain 4 years no and conversation e cost for 2 years no so mo twen ba no every 2 years bia e be better than the 4 years no maminya o message no.
The real sports is here.
Boy is caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
Kastle 90.3 FM Sunny Robert Mensah Sports. Any there's someone on Kastle 90.3 FM. So yeah, fast dano and fama boafo no way. Na menka was set at the first herbal clinic. Eye specialist. Omone ba na ni ho yade bia no a mbetumi asade amawo woni so ye wisi ekusu ade wa kira wo hu won so ade be wa wo hu ye as be yes wani no so me bomade afa kopiem wo for the first herbal clinic be bia tie nka bia no doctors ebesa wo yade omo man kasim school kasim opposite aya for junction okwa simple so omo ho no for so krom omo ben presby church no agona so adro so ho no makai say doctor ewo ho no mo a bypass onkube mu no ubehu wo mo na se wen suma me na me ya adoma 1st July bosu ba besimwe ne da edi kan pepe 1st July no doctor aba Cape Coast Kastle FM yanim ha ya ade akoko depo ha ya mo ba betna se na wani hu yade bia no o ma hwe e de amount sha se na count days na ne 20 4th na me ya adoma 1st July ya doctor ba Kastle FM ase ha ya abehwe ani hu yade bia nche bomodi ase wo busuani bi ne ya wo hu ade ye ana wankasa so na wani hu anu so wisi wo hu ade ya fabra na doctor ebehwe o ma hu mani 0559 999 543 0559 999543 31st Herbal Clinic eye specialist almost say erade ene yaresafo no yanko high sense showroom saying what per quality electronic appliance what do you call shop what do you call office what do you call fee what do you call pub one hotel one na restaurant so baby a here bia ko bia no quality products in a high sense there. A TV na ope, a fridge, a boy duma, AC papa, ope washing machine bia ko fe ko from abusiafo ntade, ope sound system bia ko pabo ko bomo man ko fo aba be diasa, ana so ope water dispenser si office wo, ope kettle blender and a rice cooker bia so kitchen hono mo a high sense products na make for the amawe papa, efe and Trianyam Kania no, the bono so other form into Komu showrooms across the nation. Na Ekwaja wo dear Kaisa on Finfi Mantem ha. Almost share no man Kessin, Blue Hills Restaurants on Tikia, Konekwajo High Sense Products. But Moriana from a home 0302 55 0000 0302 55 0000 High Sense everyday prices for everyday people. Long nuts, etu malaria, sekama de mount. Anope wo ho wo so want me na ye kra as if your body be from ni ade as I will be ade ahwe banso wo bi ni ade bi ni namu a wotumi se wanu mu nya wo den so ade ade o yo ba nya nyinsen pa no nyinsen de nke se ne onya malaria ho kone koye test na wo ye pregnancy test na wotumi akra mpokra wo bi akra nkoye bia na akonyam ana wo ye mary ntino kra de fato nchen edu hwa as malaria na ya tete wo ho kona yanya test ni hwe ampan hu say malaria mo ni bi na omoja ni mu a edru ebeboa wo no low nut ko pharmaceutical shop bi e ma ben wo ko low nut din low nut be ma obi anom panyifo no mkoda anom eno ena escata malaria no etumi edi amawo FDA for agedroi edi atum na chene so ma me pass say Telecel too much money promo ni sika ba bedwa on Telecel so ye mesika de bia wanya 100 Ghana na watwe bia wanya bia na 20,000 cedis and afa grand prize na ye 1.2 million cedis and so ma me pass say obetumi anya sika ni bia di womra obomodin abo star 500 hash star 500 hash and now we remo Telecel play app on the so you be understand recharge and I say buy bundles your 5 cedis going into open airtime bia bon komo mo a mo pen komo me say me pen komo course there me fa nya hwe da be me nya course enti no mo a mo twa komo no nti me twa komo pa no mo to credit no 5 cedis a day call me say no there me the data na ya adwuma ti me ni credit kwampa na me wo me data enti no bundles na bebrebe enti ye bi egu phone from 5 to this going wo ye no ano now get into the draw debiano when nya 100 Ghana ye the grand prize na nkasa no that's near 1.2 million cedis wo betumi anya mu akwanya shase say wo to data no wo ye airtime ne ade no 5 cedis a day call auto 5 cedis auto 10 cedis because 7 cedis 8 cedis 20 50 100 totokosa draw na wo common sika no e ba bedwa wo nsemo kan say terms and conditions apply. Telecel connecting energies game pack cool chop a good year this ba game pack cool chop no a good year this sika e ba ye papa joye nyana se fa for no nebo star 946 hash star 946 hash unya bope choose one number 1 to 36 choose one number first cut to a tree na send ma wo mo said ya na wo hwehwe wo bet no loto no a eno abia o pick one number from 1 to 36 we discard to a tree what send ya come on be draw no live uhu sampa o number wo discard to a tree na ba abonten a what didi cause can add to a tree no ye bo ho ma up to 30 times umpe we na per day enti anopai ye draw no anopa ewi anyumre 3 times a day enti anopai wa fa osika ye bia 10 cedis wa per number no e bia number 8 na choose here o the 8 Ghana na send ya call omoye draw no pay no number 8 aba o 10 Ghana na ye bo ho ma up to 30 times what did he a simple game with serious rewards a game pack cool chop agudie no and I make am for Eddie Amawo ye draw no live on a game TV on Facebook and on Instagram X no a game pack GH Kayo say star 946 hash game pack cool chop edo be koya kwama no ne na FKK akohwe ho nsem no etumi edi amaye FIFA Club World Cup no Penford Drenaho said they should host it every 2 years and I support it 4 years ne de ewa dodo and club competition there 4 years de ewa you 2 years sa na fe enkoye nim this conversation the baba on the first segment no e baba dim enwa games to dwa uhu ne say amenya messages on 0244 743 143 0244 743 143 it's 32 minutes past 6 on Kastle 90.3 FM.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The sports king.
I got my power, I got experience, I got do everything too much. And the old man who want to challenge me, hey, I'm okay here. This is my national flag. I'm proud of it. And I'm proud of Africa. Oh, you know, man, I'm too bad, baby. Bad, baby. I got experience, I got do everything too much. And the old man who want to challenge me, hey, I'm okay here. This is my national flag. I'm proud of it. And I'm proud of Africa. Oh, you know, man, I'm too bad, baby. Bad, baby. Bad, baby.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The sports king.
Kastle 90.3 FM Sini Robert Mensah Sports and yatna sia no pay ye dey someone no makwa koma FK kwaba na fe quickly no what they are conquer am so in the next 20 to 25 minutes. FKK, good morning.
Good morning.
Bibi e bokwa no pay die
Radiado.
ye danya me ase
Yeah,
oh sure na Tuesday and e benata all right yankwa ma no ne nsem no oboche mai.
Okay, your kwamon on in no pay your born some chat media more Kastle 90.3 90.3 FM kopiem Europe under 19 no eno etimi ekoso semi-final games na etimi ebe FIFA Club World Cup no so no games ahodo enso etimi agree enti na join you live on Facebook comment no de ba na yetimi akenkan enso etimi ediama buremu na we are like na share page no na yentimi ento aso enko ye ni mon Kastle 90.3 FM. Yeah, beko na yedin 7 no etimi ediable no mo channel say ade the Hawk newspaper na Tuesday enti the first edition for the week no and so etimi aba corner kwajo copy for Ghana cities na no so etimi ahwe nsem etwegu ewo Ghana ne na fa na nyina no ne nyina na yakruche enso ewo mu aye de bro wo na nra say ena games no etwegu ye no ehie koye FIFA Club World Cup no ye shas ye enso etimi ede free or Atletico Madrid ene Botafogo Omo enso etimi ebo game no Antoine Griezmann ade o she go ache ye papa from last season no ba kokoro ene wo timi share and wabo room FIFA Club World Cup no so no ade an second game ni and I'm fa the third game ni no wetimi ato atena 87th minute game na mu ya den and o share ye de mo Botafogo enso entimi anti ni nyina chinatiko anko yi omo firim ade a Seattle Sounders omo nso so etimi etena ho ema PSG etwomo e kanemienu ema omo nso so entimi anti ba kokra Vizca Kvaratskhelia ebo first goal sanso na Achraf Hakimi enso ebo second goal no enso ede ema Paris Saint-Germain Seattle Sounders for no entimi enso antibi ewo honom sa ena esi ekoye ye na homachi sei ena games mienu e baso no esi ekowie ye FC Porto omo any La Liga game no MI 8 goal thriller 4-4 ena esi ekopiemo enso ewo honom na sei ena esi etie William Gomez ebo gonna be edema FC Porto Zaidu Sanusi enso eshebi ewo honom Pepe edibi episo enso etimi edi emomo sana esi ekokowie kai 9 enso enomo ehye ehonom Mora enso so ehye goals ni bi edema FC Porto Elali omo goals no ade abrantia eno so ye friend ye Wesam Abu Ali obo 3 goals was a game no and so etimi eba so sanso na Tahir Mohammed and so etimi and I say yes abrantia your friend Mohammed Ali Ben Bendani and so share fourth goal no and so etimi de emo montene Ben Bendani bi sanso and Ali and so share 3 at the boy Lali emo mo elwie and 4-4 ewo na Inter Miami take 2 goals lead and no munim se bibia konkan and so the emo malade sanso na abrantia friend Luis Suarez about 2 goals no edema Inter Miami nanso Palmeiras eba betete Paulino Eshebi sanso ena brantia friend Mauricio enso etimi share dia kano etikano so edema Palmeiras ekowie 2-2 ene ebo 7 p.m. Boboko from Auckland City omo ene Boca Juniors say boy 7 p.m. na eba so Benfica enso ene Bayern Munich enso etimi ebo ahomachi 1 a.m. Esperance any Chelsea the Blues have Bosanso na LA FC Los Angeles FC and so ebo Flamingo Bobokono we games outdoor and also etimi abaso ene enso ene nadeche so ahomache no sa na AC etie ewo ho na yenko CONCACAF Gold Cup no enra games bi abaso Group A Dominican Republic omo anhye bi Suriname ye de ho semre bro Mexico nso ene Costa Rica omo game no etimi etoa so no ma eno nso obia entimi anhye bi ewo ho no na ukopiemu ade tie ene se nei ene Guadalupe omo tenefie na omo ene Guatemala enso abo Panama ebebo Jamaica minor nei 11 p.m. anajo ekona homache so no ena games yi enso so baso ewo howei CONCACAF Gold Cup no enso ena baso Guadalupe ene Guatemala ene bosanso na Panama enso ene Jamaica enso betimi abo ewo honom na ene UEFA under 19 on competition no semi-finals no timi baso na Spain ene Germany game na my a lot of goals 11 goals thriller and I also register my regulation time no ball 90 plus added on 3-3 drum kobo extra time minimum ɛna ɛno nso ɔmo ɛma 5 goals ɛwɔ hɔ nti adeɛ a Spain ɛhyɛ 6 Germany ɛnso ɛhyɛ 5 ɛwɔ nnra games a anase game ɛno nso etimi ɛtɔ from semi-final under 19 between Spain and Germany saa na esi ɛkɔ wieɛ ɛwɔ hɔ the other game no Netherlands ɛhyɛ ntra no mmiɛnsa ɛma Romania ɛnso ɛti mu baako ɛwɔ ɔmo so game no Don Angelo Konadu ɛbɔ first goal aberanteɛ frɛ no Keith Smith ɛnso ɛbɔ second goal saa nso ɛna Iman Sliti ɛnso ɛhyɛ third no ɛde ɛma Netherlands ɛwɔ hɔ nom a ukopio ma de ɔte ka no baako ɛma Romania ɛyɛ David Babu ɔno ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɛno nso ɛfiri hɔ nom ɛnso ɛtumi ɛde ɛba UEFA under 19 no yɛsisi so ɛnso ɛtumi ɛde ama wɔ na yɛntoa so na yɛnsi ɛnkɔ Luis Enrique ɛnra after game no ɔkasa de fa game no sɛ ne ɛyɛ dɛ so ɔmo ɛnso ɛtumi awini after ɛyɛ wɔn second game no ɛnyɔma nko yi amfa mɔm no na ɛho behia sɛ wɔn third game no ɔmbɛtumi ahyɛ nya sa resource no na ɔmo so anya qualification na ɔsi ne owie the real competition starts now na sɛ baabi ɔmo akɔ akɔduru wɔ knockout stage no ɛhɔ ɛna competition no ɛwɔ yie pa nti ne ɔka kyerɛ ne team no sɛ deɛ ɔmo yɛ Champions League no saa na wɔso ɔmo ɛkɔ anim na ɔmo so ɛkɔkɔgye no yɛ Luis Enrique ne nsɛm a ɔka yɛ ɛde fa no a game ɛba so no Achraf Hakimi ɔno ɛbɔ second goal no ɛde ma PSG sei ɛna ɔno so ɛtumi akyerɛkyerɛ mɛkɔ ɔmo fa so ɔmo so win this game no.
You out there, it looked like another straightforward clinical performance, was it?
Yes, true. We are really happy for the victory. We deserve after the last game against Botafogo that we didn't be very good in the game and we lose, so we have to come back more strong, and today we saw that and we want to continue in the competition.
Yes, yɛntine sɛ deɛ ɔmo anhyɛ aseɛ yie nanso no ɛduru awie no deɛ hia ɛyɛ victory na ɔmo nsa ka ɔmo aqualify ɛno yɛ nsɛm Achraf Hakimi ɛnso ne second goal na ɛboa ɛma PSG foɔ ɛkɔ ɔmo nim no ɔde saa nsɛm no so ɛtumi ɛde ɛma yɛwɔ dwumadie no so yɛntoa so na yɛnkɔ yɛnim Raul Asensio Real Madrid second game ɔmo ne Pachuca boy na ɔkɔgye red card ɛwɔ saa game no 7th minute into the game na ɛne ɔde nsɛm aba sɛ ne ɛyɛ ade a ɔno ahu sɛ wɔnyɛ good start ɛwɔ FIFA Club World Cup no na mmom no ɛyade ɔbɛkɔ so awɔke harder more and more harder sɛ ɛbɛyɛ ɔno nso so ɛbɛtumi asesa ne situation no ɛno yɛ Raul Asensio Madrid akora abɛhyia no ɔno nso abɔ akyerɛ ɔnom ɛde ma ɔmo no ɛna ɔno nso ɛde saa nsɛm no so ato ama ne ɛwɔ dwumadie no so na Antoine Griezmann ɔsɛ ne ɛyade a FIFA Club World Cup ɔmo ɛkɔɛ no 3 games ɔmo abɔ no nyinaa no obetimi akasa referees no ɔmo ɛne ATM for and di ne yie kɔkɔkɔkɔkɔ so hwɛ a referees no decisions bebree ɛyɛ ade a na ɛkɔti ɔmo ɛwɔ tournament na ase na mmom no ɔse sometimes ɔmo nso so enya decision a ɛyɛ a na ɛkɔ ɔmo favor ɛyɛ football ɔse ɛyɛ normal ɛno nso ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɔtimi de aba na mmom no wie no na ɔse ɔmo issue no ebi adodoɔ na obi atimi akasa ɛyɛ inside our team na ɛsɛ ɔmo team no ɛna ɔno nso betimi akasa ɔmo ɛwɔ problems kakra ɛwɔ team ma ɔso ɔmo ɛtimi ɛfix na smart so ɔmo betimi blame referees ne bi ɔmo empo decision making no ɔmo so team no ɛwɔ problems kakra ɔde sansɛm na nso ɛde buy sansɛm kɔ na ɛna wɔn coach Diego Simeone ɛnso ɛde bi pie so sɛ yampa ogyiri sɛ referees no ɔmo nso so ɛntimi amboa ɛnyɔma amene ɛnyɔma nkɔnkan ɛnso amfa amma ɔmo tie ne decision making no ɛyɛ ade a anko yi ɛnso ɛntimi amfa amma ɔmo ɛno ɛyɛ ne Diego Simeone ɔno nso ne nsɛm a wɔka ɛde afa ɛyɛ ne ATM ɔmo nso so nsɛm a ɔno nso so ɛtimi ade baayɛ ɛno no na yɛntoa so na yɛnkɔ yɛnim kakra yɛbɛtwa fa yɛ Manchester City ɔmo aso ɛsanse wɔn aberanteɛ friend Lewis ɛyɛ Rico Lewis onim sɛ game ɔmo ne woda de boy no ɔkɔkɔgye red card ɛwɔ mu ntie ne na dodoɔ na no enim sɛ yɛ 1 ban pɛ ɛna ɛbɛkɔ na onya 1 ban no ɔmo game ɔmo ne Al Ain ɛboy no aberanteɛ no ɛntimi ambɔ bi na mmom ne nnora deɛ ɛba ɛne sɛ ɔmo ama no 2 ɛyɛ extra ban sɛ ne City won next 2 games ɛdi anim no aberanteɛ no betimi amexe a ɔno nso ɛnsia kan ɛmfa ma City ntie ne Rico Lewis ɔno nso no ho nsɛm no saa na ɛfiri ɔnom so ɛtumi ade ɛba ɛwɔ ɔnom na Mason Mount ɔsɛ ɛnyɛ ade a ɔfiri Manchester United na ɔno nso akɔpiam ɛwɔ baabi a ɛmfa ho ɛne recent report ɛne na namframam sɛ aberanteɛ no ɔbɛtumi ɛfrɛ yɛ Manchester United boboko no ɔsɛ daabi his focus sɛ ɔbɛ stay fit na afei wɔyɛ pre-season na wɔworking harder sɛ daabi ɔno nso bɛnya ne best form no na under Ruben Amorim ɔno nso so anya ne full season with the coach ɛno ɛyɛ Mason Mount nsɛm a ɔno nso ɛtumi ato amani mu ɛnso ɛwɔ hɔnom ɛhɔ ɛnsɛm no saa na ɛsi ɛteɛ ɛwɔ hɔ na yɛntoa so kakra biom na yɛnkɔ nnura adeɛ a games ɛba so no ɛyɛ superior player of the match no sɛ na ɛsi teɛ wokɔ Inter Miami wɔn game a ɔmo so ne Palmeiras boy na aberanteɛ fɛ no Luis Suarez ɔno ɛna ɔno so ɛtumi agyeeɛ ɛde ɛsi ne nan so ɔmo first 2 games no ɛsɛ aberanteɛ performance no na ɛnso ne dodoɔ no so wabɔ akɔkora no sɛ nnura ɔtumi ɛto atena ɛbɔɛ ma Inter Miami ɛbɔ draw na ɔmo sɛ ne mmɔdenbɔ no na ɛsɔ ne ɔmo de award no ma Akraf Hakimi ɛnso ɛgyeeɛ ɛde ɛma Paris Saint-Germain mmerɛ ɔmo so ɛdi nkunim over Seattle ɛyɛ Sounders ɛno ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɛno nso so ɛfiri wɔnom so ɛtumi ɛde ɛba Antoine Griezmann nnura ɔno nso so ɛtumi ɛgye MVP no ɛnso esi ne nan so ɛwɔ hɔ wei yɛ nsɛm kakra efiri ɔnom nso ɛba na awura mu wɔ Real Madrid fo aso ɛyɛ news ɛba ɛne sɛ Kylian Mbappe lote ne nnura ukohia videos ne ɛne pictures ne bi hwɛ wa start training gidigidi ɔno nso so ɛtumi ahwɛ sɛ Madrid won last game ɛwɔ group stage no ɔmo ne Salzburg ɛna ɛbɔ obetumi aba no so aba benya some minute ɛnso ɛwɔ saa game no nti ɛnura Madrid fo confirm yɛ sɛ Mbappe ɛnso ɛtumi start training ɛnso ɛwɔ hɔ ɛno nso yɛ nsɛm efiri mu ɛnso di ma na Pedro ɛne ebusa nsɛ Ballon d'Or no hwan ɛna ne wɔ gyidie sɛ obetumi agye ɔso hwɛ paadi ɔno ɔreti ɛyɛ Pedri haya ɛwɔ yɛ Barcelona bobo kurom ti Pedro ɔno nso so ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɔyɛ former Barcelona Chelsea wɔ player AS Roma aberanteɛ no ɛde nsɛm ba sɛ wokɔ ɛyɛ mpoenei Ballon d'Or na so hwɛ players a wode ɔmo si akan na ɛyɛ Pedri ɛna ɔno nso ɛbɛtumi ato aba ɛnso ɛtumi ɛde ama na no ɛyɛ nsɛm a Pedro so ɛtumi ɛde baeɛ na yɛnkɔ transfers no mu kakra ne yɛnsam bra deɛ teɛ ɛne sɛ kɔpiem ɛwɔ Tottenham Hotspur ɔmo akɔ akɔpie mu ɛwɔ yɛ Kawasaki ɛyɛ frontal ɔmo aberanteɛ frɛ no yɛ Kota Takai ɔmo kɔ akɔsane no £5 million ɛno ɛyɛ sika ɛno nso ɛbɛtumi ɛpie mu aba nti ɔmo kɔ J League no Japanese League no ɔmo akɔfa aberanteɛ ɛnso ɛtumi ɛba 2004 ɛne ɛwɔ nɛsɛ age no bebree ɛnso ɛwɔ n'anim na aberanteɛ frɛ no Tio Hernandez after ɔtwentwɛn ne nase kakra na ɔyɛ menkɔ metena se ɛwɔ AC Milan no deɛ ba ɛne sɛ Al Hilal ɛtumi convince aberanteɛ no ama no say yes ɛnso ɛtumi ɛde ama club no nti ne AC Milan deɛ already no mo enso atimi agye ne sika na tum dadada de na aka ene se tio nso be accept di no no make move no eno so ye nsem a efiro no mo ba sa brede yes negotiations no ba bia du no akọ ani mu ye papa Mr. Fahad bin Saad ono ene de sansem no so atimi aba yes we play instrumental role sa brand no so betimi a convince no ntia na tio ene ni agent no omo kwakwa piem no omo so atimi ahwe na details na aka no omo so atimi assign enso ewo honom na ye toa so kakra dia Alejandro Garnacho ena ene ono so akwa doni Marcus Rashford ni Jesse unso call Aston Villa no 9 and I know see a kind and sweet me a diamond, then no him for you and number so I say Alejandro Garnacho na kwa share Marcus Rashford ni Jessia or Coco share away Aston Villa no and I do no condemn ya Brighton no on so no jume dia woody especially Manchester United on supporters no this Brighton no say Kwana or Beko Nempono disrespect and on so show and sweet me a football club Manchester United sans so nyankoi or da so ewo tisa oko doni another team Jesse anyone kasa teammate Marcus Rashford da munyina mo ho abasem na no ena roma papa e friend Simon Jordan atutu bi dia man so gidi sa branch no nya dia team bia o ye serious bia ebeto no enyo no kwa oni Marcus Rashford nya team bia o ye empo serious so person e football no omo enkonkonkoto esa emrantie mienu na o yisu wese akesie bi na idiotic ne nasefo nanamu se sa ona bia obepushi eye empo ni coach so nkonkofa sa emrantie na onye serious e boboko no ono so ebetimi aye emanyoma akonkan edi amom Simon Jordan enso etimi ekasa edi fire san 7 ho a odi san 7 so etimi pie mu sei.
The interesting thing about it is, if any owner ever rocked up to a manager on the basis of a troublesome player that could be gotten for cut free, then they're an idiot. That's an idiotic play, because it's not the owner's responsibility to do that. B, why would an owner want to make it all simply about, oh, hang on a second, I can get some money saving on this player, but I'm going to inherit a whole raft of problems. I know certain owners would, but that kind of ownership model is a stupid ownership model.
Yes, etiano hey Simon Jordan. Ono so ne nsama atoto agumu enso oha kasa kire sa owners na yo mo hihye kire push coaches no so omo enkonkofa players bi mo etese Marcus Rashford ne Alejandro Garnacho no omo enye serious no nsama ono so etimi kan ye ede efa sansem no wie no na osa enso ekasa ede efa ye mrantie ho ne omo situation no se le be anka omo betimi attend ne ebusa no so no so wo Manchester United anka ne abrantia your friend Alejandro Garnacho no obetwe so na o say why not obetwe so pa.
I mean, this is why these managers are paid so much money, because they have to deal with very difficult personalities now that are paid a lot of money and given lots of autonomy. Now, Rashford has a lever. I'm willing to wager you that Rashford wants to play in the World Cup next year. So the fact that Rashford can get parked and consequenced as a result of it might concentrate his mind as to how flexible he might be in a move. But people will take Rashford. They just don't want to take him for 50 million quid that United may want and 300 grand a week. They might take him for 50 million quid and 150 grand a week, and then Rashford's got to make a decision. The other kid, well, maybe more difficult to manage, but there's a market for him out there. He's all profit for Man United anyway, because he's an academy project in terms of prospects, so they can bank some money as a result of it. But it's all about the responsibility of management, how to handle it, and also and another thing that concentrates players' minds is a bit draconian. Is if they step out of line, keep fining them, keep whacking them in their pockets, because they don't like that for sure. That concentrates the mind. I know it's a bit one-dimensional, and it's like hitting an acorn with a sledgehammer, but players don't like getting fined, especially if it's weeks and weeks.
Would you find Garnacho for this?
As an owner, yeah, I probably would, yeah. But it depends upon the policy I have in the club and the contract that he has. If he is finable.
Yes, entiano nsama ne sama John achire mu say ne Garnacho de oye no say ade an contract or sane wom say so we BBC abetwe na so say fine na why not obetimi a fine na so wetimi atwe na so no ensama ochire na mom no giri say ne players no still say club no manage omu ya ko betimi atomo enya sika butin bi enso etimi ade afrim tie ne say obo players no echi no ogiri say management level no team from Manchester United so entimi a manage players ni ego ni ye eno so ye nsema no so akan de atwam ho na Martin O'Neill enso ekasa ede efa ho say ne ogiri say players no enya de a omo eboa situation ni kokokokokra Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho.
But then his brother goes on to social media, gives a lot of stick. And the one thing you do, just keep family out of it if you can't fight your own battles. But it's the whole attitude, and it's this attitude, and whether it is just them, there's not a chance of you as a manager. Let's say the owner of a football club comes to you as a manager and said, would you be interested in these two lads because you can get them at cut prices in terms of transfer? Maybe the wages might be a different thing. You wouldn't look near it. You genuinely wouldn't look near it, because you think to yourself, well, the first time I have to leave them out, what's going to happen? They're going to cause friction again. They're going to have you need to be, as managers, need to be winning games. Now, these lads here, Rashford went to Aston Villa, started off okay, didn't do phenomenally brilliant. Manchester United don't really want him. Garnacho exactly the same. And you think to yourself, well, why would they?
Did you ever take a player that has a profile that seems troublesome?
Yes, I took Stan Collymore. Right. But I felt as if I could deal with it, and Collymore wanted to play. I think he wanted to prove something. I had a conversation with him beforehand. Yeah. And I think that's really important, that, to have social media is in now. It's this entitlement. I mean, what on earth would Garnacho be sticking a shirt of Rashford on his back and playing Aston Villa? What would you want to be doing that there?
Because that's it, isn't it? What? They're two little kids trying to get a reaction on social media and probably laughing at the reaction that they're getting.
And if you feel as if that they are two little kids, why would you be bothered with it now? I never felt for 1 minute that Stan Collymore was a kid. And, that was his attitude. I thought he just wanted to go and start getting back to being the player that he hoped he could be again. Maybe he'd never reached the same heights as he was at Liverpool or something like that.
Yes, and Sama and Martin O'Neill. Ono so etime kan de fa say mrantie mienu no ya de social media ba no na eha omu yi pa nti omu kotena so bibia na omu atabiri enso e de atoso omu focus no eho bebre nyoma nku ye mfa omu otimi no ma na omu akotena so na omu atwro na omu backlash omu na ese no ya de a omu elusi focus no nsem ono so kan ye enso etime de fa no wie no se ampa ono ankasa okochi player beat Stan Collymore na oha adwin yi pa na emom no ohun stand say ono bo na opeso obo other than that na enye bibi fufuro bia biem say na obeye nyoma bi enso etime de attach it say de Alejandro Garnacho ɛne Marcus Rashford ɛnso ɛyɛ no na stand yɛ no na ne situation nyina ne sɛ bɔɔl na onya bi mbɔ no ɛna na all fight so obenya bia bɔ nti ɔno ne situation no na ɛyɛ different to manage ni yie no wie no ɛna ɔse saa players yi mienu sɛ nka ɔno akɔbɛka kyerɛ mo sɛ masa mo me players foforɔ mo yɛ adeɛ kyerɛ mo na manya bia ɛna mɛba mo so no maba bɛka kyerɛ mo sɛ mo nyere mo ho bɔ nti sɛ no kyerɛ mu.
The thing with these two though, Martin, is if they don't end up at other clubs, they're back at United.
Right.
What do you do if you're Ruben Amorim?
Well, exactly.
Do you reintegrate
exactly. Well, you have to, I suppose. There's the whole point. You know what? There's little point in sending them out and letting them train with the third team. I don't think that's anybody's gaining over that there. But it's actually a sit down with the two players and say, excuse me, lads, do you think you might behave yourself? You've got a bit of talent. Both of you've got a bit of talent. Can actually go past a few players. Rashford used to be able to do that. And you've got a bit of talent. Do you think you might behave yourselves? Do you really want to play for the football club? And I'm looking to get better players in, the new boys. I'm looking to get you off board, but if I can't get you off, then you could reintegrate yourself into the side, see if you're good enough to get into my team. That's it.
Do you think they'd listen to you?
Well, isn't that the $64,000 question?
Yes, yentene idea question no idea anu ye no ebe din papa say players no so no mo kasa no to mo safo no metie se mo nya de me bo adwama so hwehwe players ni bia ba be replace mo na manya bia na maba mo so aba be ka kyerem se masa mo nyire mo na mo integrate mo nja mo suban bone no na mo nyire mo ho enye training ne mbo se be fa na no eno se mrante ni betie no so asem fofre ni Martin O'Neill enso edi solutions ni bi enso etimi edia ba hye ne so se no oye coach na bo no bo bi kakra oye Northern Ireland ni so atiase ade aye Grattan Town otimi coach omo Shepshed Charterhouse Wycombe Wanderers, Norwich City, Leicester City, Celtic, Aston Villa, Sunderland, Republic of Ireland, Sansona, the last team of coach year no 2019, Nottingham Forest. I know nsema papa no so ne suan hunu na experience kakra wo no ono so etimi ede ape so ewo honom na ne Chelsea ahomachi omo ewo game a ebo Enzo Maresca bisa no Esperance for no how well enu ni mo say no so cheche mu.
In terms of team, I watch both games. I watch some games also in their league, and I watch both games. Even against Flamengo, they were in the game until the end. They conceded the second goal last 15-20 minutes. They were losing 1-0. So they did a good game. Against Los Angeles, they won, and they did a good game. So for sure, it's going to be a tough game for this and for more condition. At the end, I think, yes, for sure, the fans, they are important, but at the end, the players, they're going to play the game against between each other, and we're going to, as I said, we're going to try to win the game and to go through the next stage.
Yes, it's Esperance for no mu ye po mu games out do mo abonyi na no abobo boso no say ne ogidie say omo eya de na mu Chelsea for epeso mu win na omo so qualify e de ekọ monity ahomachi 1 am Chelsea ne Esperance Enzo Maresca so mbekọ akobo na omo so etimi aweni akọ omo anim ewo ho ye ntoa so ewo hanom na akọwura ma River Plate one fan bi ebaba be pie mu no so no of Argentina ton na baye na $10,000 ne ka bia no yusu na oton ye na oton na ne wife say on tiase kra no ka chen so madam unim say we come teach we intense sao opportunity and time but to the momentum na me komra so ho me ba car no ye beto bibre ntie nei or the sansem ne ba after River Plate one game on boy no chechire mu say how important are ne tournament no and so edimom no wo gidie say ne River Plate so ebekọ ahead no mo so akodu akiro de sansem no and so etimi edi eba ye ewo honom na no and after Sunday games no mo ebowie no FIFA 4 and so our dear one fan or your ba abaso say ono enene eye de 1 millionth eye supporter ono so ekokopie mu ewo eye FIFA Club World Cup na se de tie and say dia beginning no na dodo na fi say and he said the ticket ne boy den sanso na kokowura mu ase the situation is so tie wo US no na entimi emboa Emma supporters dodo na no enko stadium na after second round of games no Sunday games no bowie no na say lady ono na etoso 1 million na say fana ono etoso 1 million na okokoto ne last ticket okoko he ntie ne omo present award enso etimi edi Emma na sabre omo so etimi abona baso ewo honom na ababawa na ono no utimi say African club and ono so support without club of Morocco until with that one fan oyoba and almost so etimi ebo na baso friend Rachida Elomari ɛno nso ɛyɛ nsɛm a no so fro hyɛ no so obesi ɛwɔ yɛ Virginia ɛnso so ɛwɔ US hɔ no ma mo nso so atimi abɔ n'aba so ɛhɔ no ne second round team of the week Thibaut Courtois ɛna etimi ɛmani post ɛnso etimi ɛde mom J ɛyɛ Piquerez ɔno nso so ɛbɔ ɛkyerɛ ɛyɛ 3 back ɛna ɔmo ɛbɔ Manuel Akanji APM ɛwɔ sanso ɛna Brantia friend Barbosa ɛnso etimi ɛboro midfield Nicolo Barella ɛnso APM sanso ɛna Barrios ɔmo ɛna ɛbɔ ntentenwa Brantia friend Kenan Yildiz APM ɛwɔ the other side Angel Di Maria Lionel Messi Brantia friend John Arias sanso ɛna Harry Kane wemo ɛne Brantia Duba ko ɛnɛ ɛyɛ FIFA Club World Cup on technical team ɛnso yi ɔmo sɛ second round of games boy ɔmo ɛne Brantia ɔmo nso so modern boy ɛkɔ soro pa ɛkyɛn obia ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɔmo nso so atimi akyire mu ɛwɔ hɔ Brian Mbembo ne move to Manchester United ɛni asa ɛkenya biem sansa ɛnra official third bid ɛkɔyɛ ɛnso etimi edema Brentford for £60 million ɛna na ɛhyɛ so ɛna ɔmo nso so etimi akɔ ɔmo ɛhwɛ sɛ ɔmo nso betimi ɛnya ɛyɛ respond ɛnso edi efrɛ Brentford for ntiene Brian Mbemo yɛ so ɔno a ɛna epushia sɛ saa di ɛnso ebetimi about sansa ade a wa picking Manchester United as a priority ɛno ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɛno nso so efi wɔnom so etimi ba Barca nso so advance negotiations a ɔmo nso ɛyɛ for talented Swedish winger Rooney Baji ɔno nso nsɛm no saa na esite from FC Copenhagen na onim sɛ deɛ teɛ ɛne sɛ ɔmo atwetwe nkɔmɔdeko ɛna etimi aboa ma Branti ɔmo nso ɛhwɛ sɛ ɔno nso betimi aba bepie mo asi akan ɛde ama FC Barcelona boboko na ade a Lamine Yamal ne papa enso akɔ ede akɔ X hɔ ɔsi I'm only going to say one thing, where are your children? Mine is LY na ɛsɛ Lamine Yamal ɛno ɛyɛ nsɛm ɔno nso ɛde kɔto Twitter a sabri ɔno nso so ɛhwɛ sɛ bibia ɛbɛkɔ nkan so atimi dɛm ansɛ bigiri sɛ ne nyinaa no ɛyɛ criticism ahodo a ɛnso ɛkɔɛ ne ba no so a sabri bia kopie ɔna ne headquarters ɛno ɔno so ɛde akɔ ebusa amanfoɔ sɛ mo kasa bebrebe pa mebusa mo asɛm baako mo nso so mo ma ɔmo wɔ he ɛnfa no mo duru na ɛsɛm giri sɛ ne wɛ subtle ɛyɛ empo question a papa ɛfra no empo ɛyɛ Mr. ɛyɛ Lamine Yamal ne papa ɔno nso so ebusa ne critics ɛno ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɛno nso so ɛfiri hɔ no ma ɛtimi dia ba yɛgyina so ne yɛde ama no ne nsɛm nyinaa nso ɛtimi dia sɛ on Kastle 90.3 FM discussions no continue.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The sports king. The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The sports king.
Kastle 90.3 FM Suni Robert Mensah Sports and on a pay at Nasia. Yede Emma Wono and Tuesday, the 24th day of June 2025. No so about Simano ba koye bedin komo e we show ne so. Mama nya message on 0244 743143 0244 743143. For message no efa hobra. Na yen kenkan emfa mama menyi some of your messages in for na fimi ko osma ho. Na me man wa kwa ba. O say good morning Miss Shubi. I think the Club World Cup should even be played every year after the season ends. Please, what is the issue on the Chelsea winger Mudrik from ABK in Sweden? So I go for Edubone, Anom Enubone. I want to moje mo akobo ball. Amene, I say yeah, be ban no be 4 years o. You see, I suspended no 24 years ban be the be man say Pogba de no a. Nti no ne asamo a ato eye Mudrika. Enye easy crowd. Good morning, Miss Ruby and your crew. Griezmann and his coach Simeone are always blaming coaches for referees for their woes. Their performance in this Club World Cup is abysmal. They should go and prepare for next season. Kudos to Messi and his team for qualifying to the next stage, and we hope to see CL7 in the next edition. Sebaya inside Zion. Sebaya Nebusayo. So person who see CL7 in the next edition, the end and force FIFA almost the next 4 years. You Club World Cup next 4 years. Adai. I'm person with about 2 years. Anybody didn't come off first segment. Everybody didn't come off first segment. You know, because baby 4 years there. Waiting me 4 years now. I did one every year. Yeah, in a perfect competition. But every 4 years there, it be too much. FIFA FIFA should really consider that. Good morning, Kastle FM fraternity. I think the insult on Rashford and Garnacho is needless. Everyone has his own choice. If you treat your players well, they will do okay that. They will not do that. Okay. Besides, everyone has a club he wants, and wearing different club JC is not a problem. He should come again, Mr. Chicks. And Wututu Bidema ASM on Jordan. A very good morning to you all, Kastle FM. It's been a while, Miss Ruby, Mr. Ambia from UCC. Oh, yeah, ciao. Welcome back. Okay, welcome back, pa. Okay. And you say I missed you all, of course. Yes, I feel. And I'm praying for Chelsea to qualify today. And then match one Chelsea. See a TTV and I'm the TTV match one. Now Chelsea lose game where ya. And yes, I'm a permanent bedroom. Good morning. I'm Kojo inside Elmina. Please, can you give me the possible lineup for Chelsea today? Of course, yeah, the Bemau. Now my soya match one. I bet touch a Chelsea game ni washe. Na Chelsea lose game no. Na pa my bedroom. I'm pa bedroom. Born here one. Match born one. Na ko boy 3 a.m. Na Chelsea lose. Send my phone mother. Many bet now about 7. FKK. Some my can't share on why. Many bet now about 7. And in there, only be FKK na bompa say Chelsea win. Because 7 so much cheaper and sleep and Chelsea lose. As it may be, you are queen of sports. 4 years is okay. Club players should play for 3 seasons and mature well in playing before going to the hey sir. Now so Champions League ball. Champions League, so you have Champions League, so and they should be matured. Maturity there. I'm not sure say maturity by her. Okay. Oscar de la Hoya and the way and free tema and the abawa. Osman, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Maybe about call there.
Ruby for name is Yakupon. I pay mu pay up and very bad news. Okoye cry. Yes. And Abra no nye Central Region Camofin and we are grieving. Yes, Yakodo be a naibia or ye deputy imam.
Okay.
Inte kwa Abra Tonko Krum, Tijania Moscow namuna. Ye naibi wa friend Alaji Isaka. Ba me de my man and my friend Kaka. Yes, and then no pemupoya no from the Waka baby. It's in the phone. Into the Camofu to be why kada inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun. Yakupon or boy, and I say was answer Yakonichi Bill. To be Bia me as my Yankupon. It's a ruby and pay. Oh, yes, and not tell me, Beduma. Hence, I pay reapana, Bobu market to my back to Fina. Yakwako Bona, you two na, Yena is now quack to baby. Is that question about Fonensa? It's in Oyamayan Yako, and Yakupon Mopen Oye.
Sure.
Yes, in fact, so ways in Chinoso. Yes, Yakupon and be fine. Nisha says, Obiara, when you papa encounter Biano, when you papa nusu, in fact, not a cratching. Or support Liverpool.
Oh, wow.
Or pay Liverpool do. Liverpool, on friends are good. The last time I make question, no. Now, them Puma, only no years. But what some of voice happened yesterday is come about football. Liverpool to record them, Arsenal, that I want to Liverpool that. In fact, so that is into Liverpool supporters will lose a staunch supporter. It's a couple of the currency. Into an upper way, Ruby, the Mona Wacy. Into if you had the opinion about Connor, your support now. Your action is not quite questionable for Nansa. Into Yakupo for the conference.
Sure. You might be your phone now, Yako, and pay, your phone now, Yako, and pay. Okay. Right, but that's kind of be all crowded, Scadia Cow, I said, because I do all the fear. I'm off for the bar around to be a stake a cabin tubo to my baby. I
am a camera. But a shadow to be slow. A vinny, I am not mobile for me too. I have a Busasa question. You can make Mrs. a bit of her because the budget to do. What the budget? What the budget?
Aha, good.
What the budget?
Sir.
And now me be from pressure, Baba.
And I pressure, Baba, because it is here one time and I pay the scandal, so he be two on because it's for baby. They be out to her uncle baby and my home pass, as my home papa.
The real sports is here.
It's caught in no man's land. It's
Kastle FM. The sports king.
Na abonti sunu na say onche ni ska me ameti anso so no me so meti am ye dey me so am FKK say dey say won pie nkocho bi scampo me ameti ha no oyam dey FKK cupcake. Oh, I just showed my friends so I'm them come in now. Mamma message on 0244 743 143 0244 743 143. Foul message no efa hobra. Eba can kind the amount FIFA Club World Cup no. Who say how interesting and now you say every 4 years. I didn't born every year bia. And I say a perfect competition. First na the danka few clubs be 111 from the continent. Mama J trophies name kwa no maba. Into most continent yes are not 7. Says so if we can come yes 7 no say. Oh say 8 or 7 no. No ma be born o ma be wase ho na you film na we kwafa ko bo we no yi. Be 5-6 games when you boy we na married for ba o the trophy na ba o ko bo 2 games but trophy ba. Chelsea no trophy ba, City trophy ba na say money in a perfect competition. I above them every 4 years be out. I say no to say Messi Ronaldo nya almost for club cup ni bi na who are retired. Yeah, this could even be Messi's also last ever club cup of bebo. But maybe had next 2 years the country years next year Chelsea enko bi o. Because your performance at the end of the last day in the Champions again can be. Arsenal they say last season Arsenal call mo semi-finals. But to semi-finals. But no cry say be Arsenal and Barca, Inter Milan, near friends saying Madrid. I why about Madrid by PSG. The veteran this season's Champions League swap kakra. And of course Chelsea, Charles, yeah, could be on. I could be. I dare say we do hope baby. You know, yeah, no 2 years, yes, now can be perfect. But people also thinking about players, no, a brand new, a some P idea, but. For 4 years, for a FA Club World Cup, 4 years there. FIFA should really consider so by 2 years now. Also, I go by the name Bandana, the CEO of Total Design Group Construction at CCTU. Happy birthday to the greatest player of all time, Messi. And he has been a fantastic player throughout his the start of his career till date. Moreover, Leo Messi has never been eliminated in a group stage of any tournament throughout his career. And and it happened 33 times out of 33 times. Reports by Opta today. Intino Messi no. Okay, Osman. FIFA Club World Cup. No, say yeah, group stage. You know, this new format. How interesting and 4 years interval. Then paying for the banner. Man for say Dawson, and they are now considering 2 years. And also Uncle for say no. Players' well-being is important. They should think about it. Now 4 years there. Say FIFA try to test what test to see how a man for the fan. Sika dey be wo pa, sika wo. 2 years should be okay. At least every 2 years they above FIFA Club World Cup. Your performance in your competition or continent in this one. Near you there, but quickly near about 2 years be 4 years here. I think say and they should really consider the 2 years report ne eba. Nini komo.
Yeah, Ruby, Madasi Anopa way. Na yes, assume fa in Chenny be and for my tape no yash for you stream live on Facebook into no. Once you bottom na ba Facebook na ababe show the bit I search box on Facebook no. I Kastle 90.3 Cape Coast. Shannon so that Kastle no start with key. It's Eboshema na afe I like your page no na I share my winner so baby. Now so nya bin share. Na afe my comment no so mbra na ya ma show no nye interactive wo honom. And I'm going to be show no be fena yen na aso tum na ya ma wa trend wo ye Ghana hadi and beyond the honum. Ruby conversation no me feel there I would support the call for the 2 years no. Yes, I will support the call no, especially from the outside of European football no. I mean it's actually the expansion you in the FIFA Club World Cup na. In terms of recognition no, you the more wo honum. Because yes, you must say South America, Eba Africa hadi. Eko the other continents now, there are football clubs. But I remember you there, those football clubs are no. It's always been very few bia. Now the old format no obebi o honoma na ye hu want. Then by no. So South America for whatever was one club and was about Africa is one club. CONCACAF was one club. The man and as no quantity no akwakobo. And then the Europeans would come in the semi-finals no akwakobo. Into most of the times not actually Europeans now. They are the most winners when it comes to FIFA Club World Cup because what about 2 matches pay. And you cannot compare it to the others now when about competition now. Maybe a fatigue may even set in or honum. and quality wise in Europeans, you know, definitely they come with those players now. Globally, what team now was scouts on around the world was all about one team, so it has been there. But if you look at this new format where I was it now, at least from Africa had they 4 clubs you won in the competition, and so far what quite no, and when Timmy be an embossing and a young one could do a honor. Indeed, recognition wise, we're able to sell the continent better with the kind of footballer in your team na yebo. It's FIFA Club World Cup years in Hunkomwe. The moment you mention European clubs, the next continent you go to, or South America, it will be sure there. The next one obviously will be Africa. Based on the kind of performance, and yes, one man that recognition, in the work free, one really matches it. But if you watch their games against Juventus, Manchester City, Mona, they've been there. Esperance de Tunis. There are 2 games I watch LAFC Funo. They've also showed the class. The ones who was in Bono on Sada and Yabad or Honum. Talk about Ali Musubola or boy or Honum, especially in the game, for instance. So in terms of recognition, it tells you that when it comes to the Club World Cup and other club football in the world, you cannot also write off African teams out of there. So yes, about that recognition now. Now let's even look at the South American clubs. And there has been this argument there. South American clubs and the European clubs, differences behind people are discussing it. So on your Club World Cup, me assure them anytime you visit them, totally you will write off the South American clubs. But in the based on the performance, Botafogo versus PSG. And the game Atletico Madrid what against Botafogo free. We saw the kind of quality Boca Juniors versus Bayern Munich. Young with some of the games, Flamengo versus Chelsea. 10 against 11. Look at the corner we see what dominated Chelsea in that particular game. It tells you the level and confidence work we could draw once we see one game so honum. So clearly, about recognition and Ruby, me feel there it has exposed football there or a global sponsor Obiano Nwajehu. But no, be here that more competition now. It will bring all these clubs together. Now we're quite no one's way to now where you want honum. Secondly, you would also want to look at the financial benefit when it comes to this tournament. Yes, a European footballer, people will make a lot of arguments on honum. Now, Ruby, for me, I would single out the EPL. Now, the Champions League on 420. These are the 2 glamorous competitions in Europa. What basically, no 2 ways about it. The TV rights from the EPL no Onyesikaba. Last year, FC Barcelona J, the La Liga no. What we sika hina wonye on 250 million euros simple. But then say FIFA Club World Cup here. The eventual winners they are going to get about $125 million. This is a competition we are talking about. In Tobanisika the financial packages it is very good for the clubs a couple tournament as a mere participant I qualify and $9.5 million. A win 1 match be $1 million now was amo. Ebo draw was sky was mo. Empe we na pebe na zibiu. Bo na obo we Europe yes kesemte wo bo honoma. Ya baka ya na was in come about the Super League What was the conversation all about? It was about money. Champions League yes unkomwe club obo win se kenis Kenya na obo ma. It's somewhere around by 140 million euros or honum, which obviously is not that bad or honum. But at the end of this, as you compare the FIFA Club World Cup now, almost you can two more clubs in now win some honum. It's imagine these African clubs, Miss Ruby. Now Ghanaian club be qualify or couple FIFA Club World Cup PB. Now so Konya $10 million in this competition now. At least for the next 3 years, So what kind of scans what applying here, Ruby, they are sorted out. And there is no 2 ways about it or honum. Until I'm expecting that young African contingent are working. This financial inducement are working within just the 2 weeks, 3 weeks, Ruby, it will go a long way to boost these clubs in honum. And it has not been bad. Me feel there's a kasamne and kanumu ya. So we consider the mana. It will give room for some of the clubs and once be one opportunity once we to know our way room or honum. And for me it will be fair. They able to na yaba them. Then again, too, say actually, talent hunting, and most of these European clubs see, and by this time, one scouts will bring what to around the world. But this is the stage, almost all the continents in Yano, what Bessia, now Kakobo Honum, Internet say where you may be a Besha Casafuna when they prove the bone and Yumubo. And to say 2 weeks ago, last week I was saying it was a day. If you look at the South American players now, Ruby is as if the work boy justify your inclusion because everybody yeah onya for no boss scout no bombo show club na kase botu ma show TV do against Real Madrid against Bayern Munich against PSG everybody no so ba sign wa because I against these big teams you know when they come in and they know your strength they know your weaknesses straightforward you get in there now bobo na ko wonyi honum and already bad and for me I feel there now in such a tournament now especially match day 2 now you can clearly see some improvement in the player clubs in world ball. It is because the players are warming themselves up into the tournament, which you cannot dispute that fact, you know. So for me, when I suppose as the third option, no, or players no in general or then again, say sure FIFA Club World Cup and so on. Me feel the FIFA maybe 1 year so clear for us to understand there. What my countries are they are preparing for the World Cup, no. But if that is the idea. Ruby, it is a very good thing. Okay. Why? Because it will afford those countries an opportunity to test their facilities. One infrastructure while you're there. Say about the World Cup Nankasa. Okay. Are you going to be ready for the major tournament Nankasa?
Yeah. As initially, but I said the next 4 years, Nekebe will see for the next one, and so the next World Cup never any you know. After USA, Morocco, Spain, yes. Portugal, no. Yes. Or for the FIFA Club World Cup, no. So, but Brazil so didn't want Jimu to do.
So why and midfield so that you test those facilities.
Let's say 4 years. Okay.
I said 2 years in price. It will still afford the amateur because preparation area.
All right.
So that I start from film upon a now. About maybe a weaknesses, no. You build upon it or honor. Now also to now when you may na ezako when and then the growth is amazing. Who come once Yakobo Continental Tournament, me assure the Oceania free Messi Manyamesi Wakoya, some $10 million be Obo our own players, no, but Benakasa 1 year salary structure, minimum wage, no, what to players in the cow, even more over time, no, to those players in the cow, no. The moment tell him that every 3 years be another FIFA Club World Cup, no, you will make sure there, a professional league, proper league, and say, when I born there, at least up on this tournament now, in 2 years' time, no. Yaboko at the global level. Me sure that they will be happy there. Every season be also a tournament now. Club even come question 10 or be one question 6. You also try to improve your teams, you know. Na etum na ko wenyi mo honum. And I feel that the positives, you know, or dosun. The negatives have been moving common no. E be na kwesi do honum no. 2 more many matches for players, you know. Which means Ruby, I agree to some extent. But you see Ruby, let's be factual and then you enjoy them in your way home. Obia wo nadwuma ye wo wiase mu hade. Yes, menyim that football no or ye physical sport. And then in terms of the body demand no or ya azo was yes why 90 minutes is easy. But I share the kind of energy and now once na was shemu na you cannot also underestimate that movement no. But Ruby, imagine Obia Ochrazi, Obia medical doctor. Throughout the year that person is legally over more opportunity to on call for leave. Maybe are some 21 days be maybe 1 month in the 12th month no and not quite 19. And say if people make argument to the players and say well bra Ruby I na me say that mentasi even though yes I understand the demand no owo honum but if obotum na say wa share the calendar in such a way obotum na we favor players na and can be feel that ko beboa. Let's look at the European season proper na kasa. It's about 7 to 8 months honum. And so 7 to 8 months in a year, you were 12 months no. So you're 8 months in part, you still have 4 months. About 2 minutes about relax or hold on. Okay. Yes, it's a carbon damana, so 2 more plan a calendar in such a way. About 2 minutes to tournament 1 month into the proper calendar and so I can be food and cobebwa. Okay. So that dama relaxation in Yano, where 2 more quack any places where 2 when you want hook crack. Me feel the positives in Ruby or does in the negatives, you know. And for me, you know, Africa had day. Maybe South American clubs, you know. This year tournament are based on the financial inducement, you know. For me, I would agree that every 2 years, biano. So I could have roba about 2 now, bonan ye. Maybe once in a while, you know, you get some of the countries and other clubs are. Okay. What quite lame no one opportunity. Maybe one day be you will marry within by 10 years, 20 years, you know. Kotokobi, Accra Heart of Folk be, they will be there. It is
ask now, Pobu Panama, I'm calling Saka, Puega,
it is possible. Some dreams have see what way. Yes, it is possible. And I can't cry. Okay. And I can't create. All right, that's why I will support the idea.
2 years,
2 years in the Yes, 2 years number.
Medasi Asman the Venga no FIFA Club World Cup on command ye no after this. Yes, in the next 4 years na ye ba be host BM. Say 4 years the World Cup no but and if FIFA consider say omo de beba 2 years because as a 4 years need ye move adodo. And on na ye di hon come. Ma menya message on 0244 743143 0244 743143. Ma menya also adwenche ho fa o message no efa ho bra na yen kenkan enfam after this be baba be hwe the games no proper na fe no result e ba ne result games e ba so no yedi eno so ho kom FKK FIFA Club World Cup no onye 2 years na next season basa fo mra bi
next 2 years next 2 years ye di enu basa for also more consistent in
terms of Champions League no
Champions League no more points build up and it means anye bia no so mo je baako anye bia no so mo time je baako o hwe bi mo munji bi da but the fact say omo aye consistent na omo abribia no anye bia group stage o mbe continue aso mo kwoto ato aso e no so mo ko mo nim say portfolio any ikofo yo mbe hyehyehye mu they are no mo ye but omo ye consistent me sure say coefficiently enya dan ya o hyehyehye ebetu bi mu I think say 4 years no said the Osmadi kan no bibi nti no mo kan sa say countries are on be hosti say metimi kan countries because it say one nation etimi hosti but the di enimu ya ne the other year World Cup ebeba no so you hu say 3 countries and omo vie for so omo so ebetimi ay co-hosting enti omo be hosti no minim de on say ene de yebo US nko but you Mexico ene Canada so a on be co-host ti de enti na omo so said the omo countries ni ben ho no ya circulate games na anto amfa mo na omo so an host ba ku mienu miensa bi na omo so an try enyoma me sure say going forward no FIFA 4 ebe hwe ho no so because we say US na the center of it but at least Mexico and Canada so I feel of it and so it me test wo mo ho a hosting competition be to say World Cup no Mexico menka the last time Canada mo football no crowd da be no mo be mo so atiasenti komo sunya sa test no kakran ka betimi abo me sure say bia FIFA or other ideas and so Morocco, Spain and also Brazil minim how mo so betimi aya bi o mo benya the next one na hwe but say see there 4 years no ehun komo ni edi na 2 years bi so aba me no ye nkomo e ba se FIFA for consider because after this one just second round no ya bowie na no ya share 10 rounds of games na say ye ndru knockout stage kra na sa conversation ashasia eba with me say ye di kan amafo enya interest big interest pai wom uzi e ba be kona amafo raise a lot of questions yes questions about players no welfare well-being omo ahomeje say other clubs no benya akonya ye omo ombeto mu players no omo akwakoya omo pre-season omo pe nti ase na questions no bebre wo hwe England ofo say no omo kasa bebre about it and for me na amafo raise our concerns no but ye sha ase enso no say odi sika no so kra fam eto nchen a dodo na afi no say we the biggest stage as our pre-season bi ya odi ye dada and ye who clubs no bi ya omo top players top players in time to say Manchester City say yes sure Tijani Rangers obehwe 8 Nuri Ryan Cherky onso omo baba be share and one guy goalkeeper be right
Charles Bettinelli
yes.
Bettinelli
ono so ehemu a and ye who especially sa trainer of the Camboya no more play instrumental role amo nyinya biabo and mind you say auto the likes of Umama Mushi monso by that was a January and Tiampa be boy about for 5 months or so other competitions na my Manchester City but at least almost baba benya ye days competition and swabo and there were other players so I hwe City team now so omo form no well dipped Erling Haaland and the likes Bernardo Silva Nen shada nko ye mfama omo Foden some way midway through the season and also no form na depe kakra and couple of other players also almost injuries how omo John Stones Manuel Akanji Nathan Ake and other players also na injury sa ha omo anom so entimi enyi omo hu yi amfa ma City with Pep Guardiola ebia ono ye one coach a ta complain pa about fishes abubo bobo ho ba me wo gidie pa say nei ono ankasa no nya that right feeling no e wona kuma mu say this tournament no abane 7 good so no so betimi dia hwe sa ni players no one no mu a omo aba be ruuru me no so omo ye injured a omo eba ye on time omo so a omo form no depe a omo so bontu hwe City team na wankasa otimi hu changes ahodo otimi ye le toda otimi ye de mofre ya Rico Lewis no any Adex no omo akoto bofofro no de omo aba be hishem no omo otimi de abonti amanfo na no eti outdoor omo new inclusions a omo make in terms of air transfers and also players ahodo so a no omo wo honom e bia true omo academy no a omo pese omo push omo no so no omo de omo ahyem Zabi Alonso afi no abefa Real Madrid bobo kwei obviously bia kobeko pre-season se bia pre-season obesha ase abon kakra nketenkete ansa na odi akosoro entienei wababa be sha ase de afri bia nem se proper prosper na teogu
ba kase konketu
o ba kase ti se de o karo di free esoro na odi akọ ase no MC bi na ato ye Zabi Alonso no nti ono so reality check no obehu the Al Hilal for edi year no the second game po against Pachuca we win here no with a man down after 7 minutes reality check no so ehu changes in variations ahodo opeso ye technically and also tactically e ba no material wise no so a eno so ehu nti be giri say e serve a very good opportunity e dey ama some coaches ni be then okọ to players no welfare mo well-being in terms of mo how me unim say competition am say baby in 16th right final game no best 16th and be 16th next month enti o hwa ye premiership a sha say ye August ya next say o hwa bia barely 1 month players ni nyam fanjo omo enti bia ye wi a omo ho ba be ball ye friend say club world cup na bia omo season e sha say August no me sure say mainstream Europe no na be sha say August enti wo dey enfan say August 15th impo no mu na e sha ase a ali say bia 2 months bi my friend say 2 weeks ene bia e dey be mo say mfankojo mahome no mo sambra which for me enye enough and is obi complaining a odi say fata so complaining mind you Osman sa e was session ade by about teachers ni side no me go different view altogether obviously sha why would the footballer ebia the far obekwa ebia 40-41 o the at most yan can say 42 but teachers ya okay ebim kra tete omo age so but ebim kra timi kra dia kodu 60 60 right now o copy Ghana now call retirement 60 years old but footballer no baby a obekọ enu mpo ye omo shase omo ansesa omo card eni omo nyoma especially sa Europeans ni mrofo ya omo de pepere yo no omo pena omo nsesa omo edine na omo age no bebre no ti Ronaldo oda so 40 or so 41 Messi on the late onupo ko
Messi 38 na wanya 38
on the late 30s ono ko 42 the emphasis say beko the next 2 years in Punya na by then no war say 40 so atiase and okay can other factors national teams duties and by we club football so a share the number of games or more Champions League domestics e be 4 different competitions or more 3 and then so a super cups ni nyoma hodo enso nyina no so ebetimi abamti matches na so in place no the more dia no different for me no say omo de won say Amerikatu
okay
Amerikatu nko a yakoma enti so ka say ubedi saa de na chi bebre a compare with other professions na me wonu say difference kakra ewom eno nti na edu ba bia na players na ka po say e was said domestically omo hihye omo calendar no omo etimi ehu players no so mobo no mo eno de yenim say debate the debatable but to do it no e be yedin because clubs so amiati asese enu omo no omo so fa edinya sikai editia players no mo ka because mo ba mo demand no eso we so person meji 200,000 pounds a week we say me per 400,000 pounds imagine to do that no uhia more competitions I was say yehye ma wo bo ti the more who win prize money no na usu sika no ekọ nanim na clubs no etimi enso so etua ema enti say amount for cry no mo call for say yente embra ye 2 years obviously you doable. They can do it. What it means is that you be who it said ye ne ye hu this season said the amount for embra was a communia de job one minute so better no yes no be na me sure say players no they will settle themselves into it omo mindset no omo be hye e de draw and on be work it with omo body no say betimi respond to that few number of times now and I say few number of days no so also omo digital moment no just a matter of time and they do on now players no be to say this is the reality.
Of course
the world of football industry no say and this first now obo game we and say we season now be jo ahome be 2 months and I say obo jo ahome be 1 month bi no akwa share pre-season asedo saa de ni nyina no
we can be happy every 2 years bi ampo nya every year bi ampo a say this year na when nya kwanya rest ya next year there you get opportunity to rest the following year we come back
but no so no say we be there but so the way no eso to nchan already omo calendar na filled dada
no because you season
say ka we kramba we by no say they were complaining already and I no more complaining I'm complaining already. Okay. European for your mobile nations league.
Of course. Champions League now. Also increasing and
increasing and away so matches no about Dawson. First then 32.
Debbie.
I'm more increasing and almost share crown said the next time no the back 48. More matches and eba.
Okay.
Marube said the more matches you play, the more money and also so benya. And then I'm say you don't blame them if they complain. Be complaining as well complaining.
Okay.
But also be say o sika sem no. Ebeko ye timi the amount. Say o mu hwe ni say me sure say 1 million at a go. Say o bodro a wo no. Me sure say the next time o mo bo a increment beba. So at here.
For the European clubs, European players are Europe. One will come, but Africa, South Africa,
from Africa, you bought games.
Maybe we have say
Ghana you bought 2 competitions.
2 competitions, yes.
MTN FA Cup.
And a league na
Africa. Oko Cup for be our intercontinental.
Confederation Cup and Champions League.
Matches so crying shut down no. And say be a CAF competitions, confederation and NASA champions. African shut down but too many games. Obahanoma, but with them a lot of games and on mobile. And it's why I did be a normal complaining. And so for me, whoever Becca said from 2 years, me I'm for it because
4 years the other day.
And I'm also for the number of clubs now person more increase and also I'm for it. I almost stand there for 48
Okay.
The more games you play, the more money also so on Sabeka. But then only say the near can say the be my shots your more casano. Say Kobani say was some command to why because you better where just stories I who say air fly out near Kwani say the likes of Barcelona, any other big teams, Liverpool more and to the teams now you job more actually AC Milan munya so mwamba. Now you were lot of clubs are betting me abubo mudin. I don't know mubisa sa questions say the nti na ade no omo extend na impo format ni impo no omo anhihye ni ye ama omo so ama be hye mo antimi akwakobo. So what it means is that ye share share na ye boy no sa clubs ni nyina hu say sa ade no impo no de na ye kire na ye keka na ye condemn no na o se kinya abote say enso ye nya bi anke be kwakobo. And for me omunjai complaints say number of games your friends say calendar no be flooded with fishes into your bebre and all that players after this competition come one to omun kantum no munye din no come baby.
I say hi Madam Ruby, shout out to Auntie Rabna Kakra and Fifi inside Ola. Yada say not say I agree with Osman to some extent, but they should also consider the fact that the players don't only play but they really train to be informed always. So due to that fatigue often set in, due to that fatigue often set in, the 4 years should be maintained to help the players. The exceptional players will always rise to the occasion. Happy birthday to the football world boss, Messi. Sebaya anyway, and so at the Abama before course kakra. FIFA Club World Cup no sign I enjoy no na you maintaining of 4 years na year, and I say FIFA consider to bring it to 2 years no. Or you said that should be it. I say I'm disappointed in FKK. I'm expecting you to compare their wages that some players will complain when they are substituted during the games. And okay. Mama FA course kakra I'll say I'm expecting you to compare their wages. Okay, the same players will complain when they are substituted during the games. It's all as much as they do. Beginning.
Sometimes we train kakra.
Okay.
By the end, no say me ka say o muja complain no more.
All right.
But we be share baby, you don't be one-sided. Osman share the other side. And I'm some share the other side. Say compare and I think say test be the buy.
Okay.
Omoye training week in week out, right? Enti o be share no so enu nti no mo ntimi embo enko enchire.
Okay.
Enti omo ha meje no asem de obeka but also uwi a so who complain say ye ma wo embo bi. Pressure so no so far yeah. Now so
also if you compare their wages nimpo amoji nimpo or some place ya so mu yesu na se ball you ma funu so a na mo say kasa
by no so doesn't also mean say on show mo welfare no mo we bi.
All right, 0244408046 0244408046 and 0244408354 FIFA Club World Cup no who shabi na kwasai pay for more than 2 years be and I say 4 years no and I am far nim. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Ten Hag ni.
Miss Ruby Ten Hag.
Ten Hag get you.
Miss Ruby, and I'm telling you the other criteria now the select Chelsea Bobby.
I must say our performance over the last 4 years in the Champions League I
and Chelsea why are they on the last 4 years?
Said 2021 the Champions League
I was wondering why Liverpool win one Kohobi, but I mean if you had them one criteria another Liverpool meter. But Miss Ruby 4 years in our one and I think it is better. It is better off than what one by 2 years and not be there. Yeah. But then so you look at your player welfare sir. Players na kasa no ekwa wuti on one nyane ho adwuma na wayo. Sometimes competition na wobɔ no mpɔnyɛ enough for more one. It's no obi weka there. Some players will go change one no won't play full because during the season one enough playing time. One who enough playing time but they be away training. And see so was it about 2 years sir. I mean what to why there your friend and pre-season for teams now prepare for their World Cup another league in all the beginning of. It means to be we mentioned 4 years and I said why you don't consider for 2 years I they should not answer.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Me ba show din baby free.
Emba Cooper at Abal Junction.
I can't eat you on a pay.
Miss Ruby, Missy, I am in a car. Obeka can Kimpa Dana, President, or announced the Kastle FM Sports no Learning Center. For every sports station, the another sports center, I had you this year in your Mayfield. Miss Ruby, I'm a doubt. That I don't know. FKK Kadanaka, where standing, women and comfort. Now, Africa, a Ghana team, see Kotokonadi, and can see a dinner, then you will. That's so we're standing the mark. Then a team, see, I will share this, what will mother, and think of you them 40 here now. I know then a team see the bed, and what's the room? Come on, say. Mrs. Sudan, why standing to them?
Okay, may I say hello, good morning.
Yeah, Miss Ruby.
Uncle Ben.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Ben.
Why I send you to 150 for Ghana chips into me?
Aye. Me no bad. Oh.
Ghana. Mom, come on, some. Hey, Miss Ruby, same there. Sabaka, I'm a catch out there. I don't know. For your good tournament, I was waiting 2 years. Fine, I like it, right?
Yeah.
But I'm a catch on a fixture or help Europeans now. Sabaka, just Americans, Chairman 11, 12 into their features. And look at the Europeans. Ewa, one for competitions more. Then someone was scheduled such a way be there. When you're South America, so Europeans, so when you one schedule, one schedule on the bed and obey one. But I'm not answer. No, I am one, and then you'll be able to compare fatigue. But this has disadvantage you. Ewa.
Okay, me that's Uncle Ben. But time number so yeah ha dey hwe na nwumre no mo ho no dey enya anwumre o daytime no anya anwumre. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Honorable Jaru.
Yeah, Miss Ubin. Kana man si momizi. Adi mi right of papa. Because I share si Madrid do wa fana. Na che obomo ne next Champions League nko. Na no bi kire Ghana team where ya butu akobi. Said you say a catch you won't change that even a team of Kobe because what kind of 2,000 won't be a hat the other bed would have to be that performance here. It will be a
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Agenda boy in here.
Miss
Agenda 8 you.
One of the reasons they are oriented to 2 clubs anyway. What's in the FIFA Club World Cup should be the biggest club competition. Because now the Champions League, no, Abaji won't be binary. Until I went to we need more attention and recognition. But he say after that, we'll look for 4 years. The able area we will enjoy about 3 Champions League and China.
Yeah, both are World Cup, yeah.
And to balance an excitement, no. I mean, we say, although the 4 years na soon the bar will be attention because of that. And we what? And Ababu so sikani adi wo and I think ni be there say o mo ni adi nti say we do 4 years I don't think there
me da say enjoy Champions League 3 times and sana FIFA Club World Cup abadabi I say bomi anu ana FIFA Club to achire na say January na dey koye nimti no I say update me on Dembele's injury. I go by the name company with the Betanya and now they were no and so they aba and FIFA Club World Cup no and FIFA say more consider say instead of 4 years no you born every 2 years via nanka yam fandi any. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby Adam.
Akwewa organizer.
And a training ya woman is my eye.
Yeah, who you park.
I mean, Masha me word. Oh yes, you know, Miss Ruby. I'm a poet. Now the man, you need to be aware and so I'm a mother. Makama can in 2 years in Miss Ruby. Tani Modi. I call him to me in Chobabu 2 years and I, Madasi.
Okay, Aquarium, may I say, and Tabasha, dear, a Bessie or Banobi can assistant now. Yeah, Africa rankings now. None of your Ghanaian clubs, Yadida. What shall I say, Abia, just a bit near, right? Some bet to me, see, now, said dream score semi-finals. Maybe I could talk about has be a back GBDR, but hello, good morning.
That is first name president, a host and a commentator.
I'm fine, thank you, as a Khalifa, the taxi driver.
Na last 4 years, ana ko to compliment mama boy there.
Na so nya.
Na so me consistent with Champions League there. We ka to
anya consistent as them enko o. Performance.
Oh, na so what's consistency?
Me say performance in the Champions League, you know.
Oh, ka consistency tra. We consistency ko to ba ko sa the performance ni oh, sabi o se ke ban 2000 ha se ko bi o. Ento kan wa ka has a club wake up now. Ambaso. Why?
That's so catch it. Some non can't and they would also can't.
Matter. Nina count so. Anyway. Maybe they every season they are embrace because honestly after seeing the Game Boys in your match they are and so thank you but all this matter I think 2 years yeah neta. Into minimum we know to serve as leaders to us. Say they say about champion every time we are your own boss. Elali for no board do 1 million e so mo pole 1 million ko funya ana has funya ko di bi sa da ti so do need ma.
Okay, me da say but o say ya you other competition so this say afi say be boy AFCON I hwe na wo hwe the national teams ni so e bi so e friend say Euros bebo e bi so Copa America. And you know, national teams since our calendars almost the year adwuma. It's easy. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Me patro dem baby friend free.
Mpocho, no Kastle Kwabro. Honorable Queen.
Okay, honorable.
Discussion where you're also 3 years. So it has been better. And 4 years
Okay. All right, honorable. Yeah, that's it. He said, also, what friend now? What do I drink? The Abasubi. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. I didn't be free. Okay.
Maybe can say you saw wake up Monday because 4 years now. For some from one door, a wallet you do 4 years now. You do anything that have to say, no matter my bounty. You imagine for 4 years now, and I never yes, I record the answer one kind of. Let's start the ball. Other some players together now. You make very Canada.
On free group stage, I'm free group stage, Muda. PhD, I'm question and I'm free man, I'm free man.
Yeah, come to me and right and come to set up with you. Buy I saw play a game. You get it me. What I say.
Okay.
Better much as I'm coming and next for you, going to go from body. They might that's the application. They're like a bomb upon one other. I don't
know. Okay. Medasifa, Nyamisha, Inter Miami and Shea, and next round, how many PhD, Messi Muni PhD, never next round, and there, a bear who pie, bear who across a last stop one on us, a yabad one on us. Okay, I say, please, one will Mbappe return to Real Madrid. Yes, was started training until maybe I don't know their last game so will be there, but was started training with the Real Madrid team after the year. All right, my for this segment is enough for into the games ne proper and some other transfer stories eba around Osman technical
aye Miss Ruby it's a tournament for me I pay
I did
obi anonyo jefo. But then Brian Cano, it's about players who want warfare, and honestly, we need to also consider that. But now can feel that FIFA World Cup, say you break the various leagues in now, and I will concentrate over FIFA World Cup.
FIFA World Cup, no.
FIFA World Cup, and Kasam.
Sometimes na your ball in a league in a wheel.
No, na your ball league in a wheel. You off season. Most of the time, say you off season. But I'm saying that it's possible that we don't know church or end up a club league to connect break. But once you move to one destination and then you one country, will be a stabilize or for like 1 month. And when we be out of the matches or it's also another point that people can also consider. They be a down period and they should be in season. But me off season I also disagree because I break or could break It be more than 1 hour home maybe more one ball. So how do you expect that you start a new season now? You're probably fresh enough to play for the club competition. It's actually most of the players now. Last season for Manchester City, one of our extra competition, they could never recover. But brain went to Mambo. But one when you have free time, one actually one performance, they are doing better. Until next season, for instance, I'm expecting clubs like Arsenal, Liverpool, FC Barcelona, they should do better because one place where there's enough relaxation now. They will come in, but then say if period no soon, now you to me hot the other leagues 1 month. You can't come ya chedra. You have a conversation about to
okay.
For me, I'm still out for the 2 years. No, especially African teams.
Okay.
Oh yeah, my empire because
Sikawum FKK. Baba games this one.
I think it's been good, and the facts are man for a routine for say embrace ni mono. Just say enkomo ni ntete ni atete. Say FIFA for consider. So mo be omo ya fine omo anya so a limited in cramp no na you go so idea chia na hwe how much omo dia call 32 say omo bi mu obia na say most of the clubs no so any opportunity omo so etimi ebo bi di the FIFA for baby I dey try omo
okay
the baby but we sha I think the competition is where you players be more di South Americans especially or much as a business no nko akeke no me na say business no so mo ya sika no mo mfantwa mo anum e no mo speed dey so ati ase na mo je a mo sa di ko invest e wo ye clubs na mo nti de bia mo de on beton quality e de ababo nti de hwe after first and second round no mo teams no am say third round na the likes of Botafogo mo enya omo defeat so ati ase omo side no enya omo first division I think say so omo na tiku e show omo no yes omo so etimi ade e ko omo anim I think say this competition say Brazil for no e ba chen Argentina for no 2 na buy so it means say yes so it means say Brazil for no so honom no omo ati omo di but in all no Felipe Luis former footballers now abeka so mo hihye ba bia nti omudi no mo abeji omudi wa Javier Mascherano with Inter Miami uza wako dada on ko replace Tata Martino but as an answer that in the but ene we no so gina touchline ono so e coach a certain Inter Miami to hwe na former Liverpool former Barcelona midfield any defender no ono so boy juma couple with other players be the likes of Merenchier mo almost so ejo mudi Ribeiro that guy from Mamelodi Sundowns who's South Africa near Bunidin but ono so call no ono so akwa in him then that Rasta guy now but with that midfield you know yes ono so in him other players you know you omo I believe say omo performing really nti yebebo maba so competition na yede and we sure say do not count yes e won kwa na be nti me there still I'm for 2 I'm for 48.
All right, Yemfa Senior into the matches next one games to Jano, our FIFA Club World Cup no Arsenal fee, and Yami Aduma, and the Ebaswano, Yamra Nayemedi, a home common Mount Kastle 90.3 FM.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land, it's Marley!
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
From the say what the 1 Ghana cedi, every 30 Ghana cedis, cool chop. And I say 30 Ghana cedis, everybody 300 Ghana cedis, cool chop. Na 100 cedis better there, and no crowd here, easy crowd. The inconim 30 times, and we yibako agudi anymore. Near here and say obey abapano, a free otariki to ebimu. And matter the 6 a woman. I'm a wedding queen. Na I let a non quanano, Bobako, and I say but a 9 impreno. Debia, Nanya 2 Ghana cedis free, won't pay way now pet game. Dial *946# na shasi a bonus. Enele ensa eshe game pack akudi enemu enye mawana wondi efie edu wotwe
we was sikakete wo ho we was sikakese wo ho na we want too much money
Kastle FM 90.3
we are in the bedal star 500 hash na dem tell us too much money promo ebotumenzi 100 Ghana cedis cash wa akraze na obeye ni debia no dapen bia nso no ebotumenzi 20,000 Ghana cedis ebotumenzi 1.2 million Ghana cedis wa akraze kasena nkasem eti bia 1.2 million Ghana cedis awozi to credit go for no do keke nenya pointer ebotumenzi nkunyimu akraze mu dial star 500 hash ana kotelisa play app no do na fa ho je telisa too much money promo yimu insisai kakra da ho
Telecel connecting energies.
akrazi enelefu onsa shase wa Caritas Lotto platform no do.
When I get home and want something quick to chop, everything they inside, groundnut milk and sugar. I only need some water, so kiss made easy. Kivo carry mix, eat a bio, chop 'em anywhere, eat a bio. Kivo carry mix for your office, boarding house. Kivo carry everything they inside, groundnut milk and sugar. I only need some water, so kiss made easy. Kivo carry mix, eat a bio. Kivo carry.
Kivo 4-in-1 Gary Mix. Soakings are easy. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, Akwetufo. Murium Shen Captain, and a Nimo Kasayu. The Mama Kwaba at the back Ghana Aviator Legends Runko, any betway so. Monsieur Quavieta Susesea, Nick Cow flight mode nutum. Ninya Akonya Warrior, Debiara da Aviator, a betua, a free, and near Ecopim 30th June so. You do betwa Koshopa, Ako drew 500,000 Ghana cedis, Sika Chedie, San Shese, what bo seatbelt ni Sanya Crado say, Ubenya ma Padoduana, ewo betway.com.gh so. Yada was to say, what choose Betway Aviator Legends. Na ye GDN say, when you bet Jia Quintu.
Dinshiseye bia ka ho iso. Gaming Commission of Ghana Sashase. Betting wanyansemu.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land, it's Marley!
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
Kastle 90.3 FM, Cindy Robert Mensah Sports, and on a pay. Yeah, they as someone is 57 minutes past 7. Jebedin komo ewo air games no emune transfers. Ni mamenya message on 0244 743-143, 0244-743-143. I say good morning to you all, the sports crew. Please, if you think money is good for those teams in the tournament, ask the same team players. They will say they are tired. NS Eddie Fribonkus, not in Eddie Abba. I mean, now so message on 0244-743-143, 0244-743-143. Or assembly Bibi Sansoa on the transfers ni mu abetumi so the message no to me Eddie Abba Ewaha. Osman.
Yeah, Miss Ruby.
Yeni komo wo games ni mu yi.
Ruby, Obi bisa question Obi bisa about Osman Dembele and extent of injury no. Yes, when a hamstring injury, Abeka the last Nations League no. And I'll pick up that injury. But I started training just that PSG for the few days. Tournament so prelims now were but another group stages no. When you have a time play no. On relax kakrana. On to number very strong or honor with no. This the update of Osman Dembele on the camp of honor. But we are starting FIFA Club World Cup no. Now yes, groups in that. So far no group A and a group B and we conclude the honor. And the penultimate matches for those groups you know. And then I will two more boy or honor. Now you start with group A. And then you bring yes you start in group B rather. And then you bring and a games not called. Let's go Madrid boy against Botafogo of Brazil. And then I make how they there. So now Bobby no cha Bobby and Kasada American class beating European clubs no. Ruby nanka no ya rem kakra. But yet the diamond stages now you expect the a new bumuna. Whether you like it or not, European clubs would always stand tall when it comes to that movement, you know. It's ended that let's come Madrid as really by a goal to 0. Then they take more hard day, the dynamics of that particular group, you know. Now even a win for them, 1 goal, 2 goals, you know, could have at least forced people there. Won't go into their archives, you know. Now one chance we'll use to go so we'll use the head to head though. So we'll use one or more goals, one will consider less goals so. And then I know here that let's come out the football team now why it be different by scoring more goals. And then there's an team where we need by 3 goals to 0. In Kandano Powe, we are saying something different. They would have qualified. But also another question, only 1 goal in the game, you know. So actually the group now will pick up 6 points or honor. However, goal difference, you know. And let's go Madrid, but I forgot to me beat one and then I went to not wait me to cut now and your man could farm and then I can understand the reason why the players are complaining. Coach in some poor casa. Ruby, it's been a long time. I remember let's go Madrid call relegation. They came back into the La Liga somewhere around 2002 or so. And what by no after the appointment of Diego Simeone, and our club in the yeah. A world brander when it comes to European competition, most especially, what to more you want or compete in the La Liga. I prepare you are close to about 10 years now. And actually, yes, Champions League finals, UEFA Cup, what to my Super Cups, wajibo honum, La Liga wajibo 2 times or honum. But we are talking about a movement when it comes to money, almost come to players epe. It's here to me entirely they kind of married what to where Mark Hughes and some team. But let's go Madrid at a point in time. What to close to £120 million. Now I can sign a Brentford friend. Joao Felix, Nezinaba, Jackson Martinez, Thomas Lema, any player put that signing, but what to sign those players, you know, was more. But the kind of performance I expect, you know, Ruby 1,000 to 1 former. And I know some section of supporters, you know, feel that papa no importance for the team, you know, it is long overdue. I'll tell what to more share. Now when a new direction with 2 more code. Because every FIFA Club World Cup, now you are in a group with PSG, Botafogo, and a Seattle Sounders. Ruby expectation like a 2 team bottom qualifier. Not so PSG first team. The second team definitely it should be about Atletico Madrid. But unfortunately, losing the first game in 4 goals to 0, no. And what you that the next 2 games were winning or honor, but it wasn't enough. What team now once was a qualifier. I don't know disappointment now, but people are complaining. Because these are clubs and can expect a lot from them, you know. It was a very bad one for them. So Ruby, you cannot blame Obia Waka's performance now. So watch 4-0 in the game. The chances are 1 year and Uncle Botum shall go in that game. But Oboniya or 2 or honor. They should blame themselves. And I want to castle a walk. It's Ruby Ambo Botafogo for one now, but in the PSG share Seattle Sounders for by 2 goals to because it was expected. And it's actually a table now. PSG 6 points plus 5 goals, Botafogo 6 points plus 1 goal. And I took off from 6 points minus 1 goal. that was the problem and that all affects one in your man concanitino. That is about all your group B no. But yes, group A now, how much in those games in your no to or cod or honum. Now Ali funded them a bash one up, wash your put of fun, I'm a put of 1 years no. And there will be not all your gamer. In fact, goes no 8-goal trailer and no more codo in that particular or your game no. Now for me personally, my boy Ali for now bado. Because I back there. Ali Funde were destined under that 3 points. No, what trader wants to be one first win no, of this particular tournament. So, honor. But we'll take a leader. Now, opponent that is FC Portofuno. Waba Bato Kono. The man of Korea was going to Korea. Into the point in time, no. Now, Oyaza Ali Funo, where to now wash at the 64th minute, no. Now, game many or 4-3 in favor for El Ali Ohonum until 89th minute, no. And the Pepe, be battle Konazema or FC Porto. But Alifu one or last goal no Ruby Pebina share or Ben Ramadan you go no to more share no. Maybe out to Mojana out to Monya Dama Anglo said I'm go no. No ya out to or fell honum. But then there are no 2 sides. Abakade was an equal game. Obiara said I will dominate Nyakuma who bia honum, especially in terms of the or chances no. It was an open game, end-to-end action. Obiara attack Nyanko honum. And even though after 90 minutes, no ball possession, no, Oyaza Porto from what now dominating according to 57%, as against 43% Ali from boy. But in terms of total shots, no, Ali furniture there, tournament when you know, they did their best, but unfortunately, go snackers and went to Nawamba. Entirely bought 23 shots for Honum, as against 17 a Porto from no boy. Shot on target, Ali ended on the day, no, bought 12 shots on target, and I want to watch number 4. Ruby so clearly, and that's what two more was na and one also in Yamano Kanamon. However, it was a drawer what to 1 year in that particular or year game. No, it's actually the other side, and so Inter Miami boy against Palmeiras or Honum. And I'm expecting that Palmeiras over to now be Jumano, but Inter Miami for so growing in confidence, no, or as I will to now wabo or your team, no, and then I will take a lead, you know. First 2 goals and 1 over 2 more share with Honum. As at the 16th and the 65th minute, no, and a goals no by Luis Suarez and Obenya the second goal, no. And Ruben Mama Kai, the typical Luis Suarez European football, never born with Liverpool and then FC Barcelona. All the baby crucially, not Emma ball. Now defenders were Canada, a boy engine finishing because no one yet seen. Now was speed, you know. And then I tried a glimpse there, a comical. But no to my madam level now, onya damo go no. But it took opponents to that is Palmeiras for no just 8 minutes to the end of the game, you know, from the 80th to the 88th minutes, you know. And I want to my better talk on now. What be end up picking up a draw in that particular game, and Yamano to more concan Ozema or the 2 clubs in Yanano. So by the virtue of the result, or to more Ben now will be about draw Honomono. The 2 teams are waiting to qualify from the group A, no, or your Palmeiras one or 2 Mosi first in that group, or pick up 5 points or Honum, plus 2 goals, and I want to Monia or Honum. And after Inter Miami, once we pick up 5 points, plus 1 goal, and I want to Monia or Honum. And to be this year, it's a question based on how knockout stages over corner. So far, Group A will meet Group B. Into Mosi first or Group A, no, or as well Mosi second or Group B. Into that means that the next stage you in the round of 16, no, or Bakwa Inter Miami against or PSG or Honum, and after Palmeiras who are against or Botafogo. So no Bakwa the Brazilian debut, no, and Obakodo Adama level, no. But me sure the Inter Miami game no be there. In ya so be nyabo tene ya twene game no na yetum na ya hwede yentu. Kudos to clubs wetum na wa qualify yehu part obi aso move na obekọ wo honom. Na Ruby me hwe the games na obekọ do honom no. In the year start efi oye group C honom. Na group C honom no clubs ye benye wo group C honom no oye Bayern Munich, Benfica, Boca Juniors and afi Auckland City FC. Na as it stands now no Bayern for yebotumi akada wa qualify because we pick a 6 points to Honum. The second place team near Benfica 4 points, 1 qualifying Ray and Sana. And after Boca Juniors got 1 point minus 1 goal. And Auckland was way few more Honum. Now then you be buying Bobo against or yet Benfica. So Bayern will 2 more top group now. Or about trying the team about the second in group or yet Dino. Now also a quick question on Honum. Into one of the dynamics in a BB Kakao Honum. It's a Bayern versus Benfica. And Ruby is a game I'm expecting Bayern to win. Analysis on those Portuguese clubs that will bet this tournament in one yazi. I'm expecting Bayern to win. But Benfica swinging for a fact there. At least I will 2 more pick a point in this game. That means I also want to pick a 5 point. Now also when automatic qualification. Because Boca Juniors will beat Auckland City. So what's the one now wants to go to my call? Oh yeah, 4 points to Honum. So 4 points, you know, so Auckland Boca for 4 points. na Benfica once we lose one game so 4 points obey a goal difference no and I feel yes the argument no in this particular one and as it stands now no teams na our group or see what no so bia che them Auckland City for now otumo so one more goals of honum Bayern shot 10 and a Benfica kwa share 6 of honum into I'm expecting Boca Juniors there once over to make one might no at least 5 or more goals otumo share once this the conversation about the goal differences no they also get to come into this particular picture no in fact one goes no -1 that means there's a wash of 5 from power or plus 4 goals which will not be enough for what to know edge of for Benfica so that means that at least or what to know wash 6 goals or 7 goals in this particular one and I believe there's on any days or kind of what to match and 7-8 means should be they can do it or one but it'll be difficult because of football and a year can want some no and to Benfica Bayern my double chance with them or Bayern in that particular game no now our top one group of honum now after Boca Juniors were to win one game no goal difference no and about to determine who qualifies with or Bayern Munich to the next stage of that competition no and that is how it is going to be in that particular group no now Mr. B group D I'm watching 1:00 a.m. games in what could do honum Flamingo babo against or LAFC for no. It is a game I'm expecting Flamingo to either win or draw. Into double chance, remember Flamingo for no. Now Flamingo will pick 7 points, meaning they are going to top their group. Chelsea against Esperance de Tunis, so they could 3 points. Esperance could -1 goal. Chelsea could 0 goal. So that means that Chelsea will 2 more draw in that game. Chelsea can qualify. But the problem will be there's a Chelsea will qualify at the second position. It will be a big issue await them. They will play against Bayern for about obviously first in that particular group B one no. It's minimum what Chelsea for no either to beat and win the group no and after there one draw another one copy game you don't go the second share Bayern for no and Chelsea share Bayern for now Ruby or a game man midfielder in this tournament no Bayern for now there they are superior when it comes to the competition than Chelsea. It's a code one now maybe the dynamics may change. But Chelsea, you may want to avoid Bayern Munich. But I feel there, Ruby, it is not possible. Chelsea will beat Esperance de Tunis or Honum, and they will qualify to the next stage, you know. But Chelsea will meet Bayern in the next stage, you know. And when you're careful, one of back will cry last stop, or the Chelsea in the competition, you know. This is how the thing would pan out for these teams, you know. I'm expecting Bayern to win in the Newbury way. Then again, to know Chelsea would also beat Esperance de Tunis or Honum. And then Flamingo, once with double chance, you know, give it to them for them to also win or draw in that particular game on Honum. Ruby Yambra transfers and Kakrebi na yetumna ya sorry do. Now see Europe on now. A lot of stories no tumna or kodo and a power FKK story about a brand our friend or Kota Takai. Yes, of Japan Honum na Osina Kanazema Kawasaki Fronte Funo 2004 and our brand and what win. Now Ruby Brenton or Waranka Sawyer 6.4. Yes, 6.4 feet. And our Brenton no. Na height not say. But this is a player, me sure that Tottenham for what sign was in the bano. Onye enyim ya na yebo hu that boy no. Or we about go room hono. Now favor about command the space or hono. He's going to be one of those guys once over try there. Obotum we grooming here enough for the future no. No so we to no akwa you 5 million pounds. And I thought I'm from what was I'm a branch away. Now, interesting as I acquire the J League Numa. I know the highest paid player, where the Japanese League Num. So it tells you the prospects are thought I'm from where Thomas Frank, Waka for Brent away, once what was an Abenti in the record fee ever received for a Japanese player in the J League no, or you brent away 5 million pounds. And I thought I'm for Kutu, and also by now about and the steady. The Moye Van de Ven or Christian Romero. Now so I try the best. The Miss Mandem, but from one no bono. So now simple things being because when your potato so rema, he can also compete. Now we to now work continue me to be feel there. It is also one of the additions. Tottenham for by ya make no good. Once you ever born now bad or honor. Now young Nottingham Forest. Last season they really enjoyed their season, and in fact the dying members no be disappointed that Yehu Evangelos Marinakis, the owner of the club, you know. Nibufu your cup pitch in a game and we expected a 3 point no will qualify to the Champions League no coach no kwa Jemu makwa Lucy wa hodom. But fast forward they've tasted it before and now we feel that if we to wants to compete ye na nyama konkana ma won even with their squad no bebre na arrange that film but they still need to add a lot of the quality no na wants to know was be aka ho Ruby reports are picking there. Nottingham Forest to Marco Juventus. They are looking for 2 players. Samuel Mbangula.
Okay, Mbangula.
And, yes, Mbangula and Timothy Weah. Yes, these are 2 players.
Forest for no. Wako Juventus.
Mbangula Baka was 30 years past season, last season. Now the Mbazimba was not exploiting was so, but what do baby no? Now after positioning the team no, now onye bimbo one them. In day was it 20 million euros and I was a call for the 2 players, you know. Yes, 20 million euros for 2 players in a day. One Jenna, one share. Now also more pay more England, Nottingham Forest. Now also more compete. Already now because I got team no I actually ranks now. I'm sure that they are so short over there because Callum was not there. Last season he performed very well on Anthony Ilange, Juma Koye or Morgan Gibbs White, they are still there. Striker, is it Chris?
Wood,
Chris Wood. They are also there. It is if they add the quality to it, the more now. That means the next season, no, they are not coming to play.
I'm conference.
They are not conference league, you know. So, and I when I can say you wait, you may and you may able to maji.
Okay.
And that is one time was what tried there. Once we beef off one squad, you know. Now we tomb now walk on any more honor. Now Ruby, I bet our friend or Milos Kakes, no. Weekend wait on you nebusi afia could pay more Liverpool. The medical castings were passed or me catch out there. It was based on the transfer, not club our friend or Bournemouth for the way for a rent of Adrian Traffet no from Renee. Now boy no so about join the club our friend Bournemouth. In the wild deal we be I make 13.5 million euros no or fixed fee and the watcher was in my club no 3.5 million add-ons no and a 10% selling on clause no and the watcher was am a Renee for no boy no say pay more England. So if we conclude the deal now, that means the Liverpool can freely sign a rent of Milos Kakes no. In the news, I could call one Nebusiafo. Why be away we are in the Yabri way into my by 5 p.m. no. Now Liverpool for confirm the deal in the day. Wait to my sign a brand of Milos Kakes from Bournemouth
next season.
And also about join or obey the 40 million pounds.
Bedding 5th position, Chelsea.
Oh, you know, carry that. Oh, you know, carry that. It's Liverpool will be why a good signing. Maybe at appropriate time, you know. Yes. Now you won't come away power. It's a kudos to them or now you call Manchester United ended that another down of power maybe and come my words I have but saying there a branch of friend Brian and Boom if you can kind of power there United France and shall back bill now what's the proposal and then Sikasem in excess of 60 million pounds and I was at come on Brentford for there 6 years is one share one G the music away
60
yeah 60 million pounds
first
initially, no, I think it was around 50, 55. Yes, and I was a queer one. It's way too much towards the 5 million pounds I can home you. One share and one in a boy, no. I'm
to watching
it. About Ruby's going, oh, yeah.
It's only 70.
Oh, yeah. Yes, last season, oh, yeah. But me feel there. I think so. I
think Amorim should be the one leading the race. Our transfers. What team in common? What was signed where?
Oh, good or sign.
What sign where?
Oh, good or sign. Be. So this is a kuna.
Kuna. When they say.
You know the problem. Actually, majority or your goal scoring the goals in the morning. I also want you.
Oh, you want to order son in a mood 5 corner at what time of Abbott so. All on now.
It is 60 million pounds. No, United for Wacologist cannot come or yeah. Brentford from the actual what Brentford would do. But the mayor thing that I'm sure about sounds who are rejecting our bid for waiting. Yeah, but she makes man so or the call no. And so that is also an interesting one on now. Inter Milan, I rent out for Nikola Zelewski. Last of a ball loan was in my Interfono. Now Ruby, numbers in both when you was in my club into no, and now when you can say, or as a club they want to maintain the services
from Roma and
from Roma. Zelewski, yes, it's no 6 million euros no, and I will bet you I was more Roma for no. Now a Brenton will to me stay. Now our boys are more Roma for no honor. Now Ruby, you're quite any Mukakano. Now FAK story about this young man from Rooney Badji, means a many writer. Yes, Badji from Copenhagen. What the Danish League FC Barcelona. I want to decomfort. Also one plan is away and in there. They want to build a project. On me. They are looking at the long-term project. In as much as they want to look at FC Barcelona B. Now the likes of David Odro, once one opportunity, one more promotion. They need to also scout for players from the other leagues. Especially players at age one side. As one of them say, one opportunity time kakra. Once over to now our cone any more. Interpreter for Rooney, he is just 19 years of age. Goes in on time should be honum, but no prospect and also honum. Barca for no kotua €2 million fees.
Oh, the striker now.
Oh, yeah, winger. But what tap the right place when baby Lamine Yamal obono. It's he might also be another competition now. Just in case Lamine Yamal ko plan ade bia suspension this year. There should be another player.
And Lamine Yamal or free mua.
And that is what our Brent away. Once we to make Koromo Honoma, Barca for no Waka sign our Brenton and Tunusumpo deal is sealed. Waka official confirmation of Barca for no so by ye. Hey, neighborhood there.
Registration on books are quite the moody.
Oh, and a challenge.
Also told the other to me at all, but registration and I asked them.
Over here, trust Barca.
Man, free my cause here.
You know how they do it over here.
What is all Mutobi?
I just say the goalkeeper now, what's happening with him. Mark and retest.
Roland Rohona, Aquarian, more than much now, Mutim ne Moyamano, Christensen, Munawam, Munja,
but Christensen, AC Milan, so alcohol. They could cut between Christensen and then Arohono, Womukroboko, but also Arohono, confidence with the boy, you know. He's unfairly treated by the supporters. He's a good player.
Okay.
We'll follow a lead into best state. Into next year, Bongo FC Barcelona. It's no right and obit no
as man 40 million na mo pamo nyina
Ituma otina confirmation baba
pamo nyina
na so ituma we move kwenti they can register players into no oya botan na yebenya ba we be transfers yembra Ghana for so na yenti Ghana press on kakra na yaka Christopher Bonsu
Bonsu
Christopher Bonsu 20 years
for social media na so
why then
any bresika
oh yeah baby okay Gabi Viega
Gabi Viega no
that boy
the Tony Cruz did not
Tony Cruz bufu come back when you say so back to FC Porto Porto
abedi ko folisi kai
we just can be okay he's 20 years of age now you know the Belgian clubs no and one I ask can said I need one league nim 1,210 players expensive as Elko Ibia the Dutch league no Elko the Premier League no Elko La Liga Elko Serie A na what 1 players
Portuguese league nim
yeah Portuguese league mo demi it's one dem say when you that 50 million euros to 20 million na na Elko apel to me convince one na obotum na wages can no those players we to me move on na wako Ruby Abeta ya can ask me against Ghana Unity Kappa ye boy. He's one of those names obey be.
You know say 22 no.
Yes.
You know say number 22 no.
Nobody wants to a new pound. When you can say Obama and team about Saudi Arabia no. Al Qadsia for no. I want to work with 50 million euros Abenta no in the world and the club in academy as a way into me and Shana and reject into quest work on the Saudi Pro League no. In the no so waja tum do boko na wakwa sign 4 years contract
Blasters future no cost Saudi no
is that the Argentine league Miss Argentine league is it the French league under the French senior national team can't mu so Bobby
that why
can't mu Bobby
you can't any bonsu ba
oh but
I can't ya tiri
ya kwa the other leagues here you want to be one Bobby or
one
oh we've seen a lot of them
one
at a point in time John Henderson no but sadly go from
no asemo we are talking about future prospects when we am bobo na we no call them no anya league asem
so league ya ka FIFA club world cup aba Belgian club no bobi
obi animi
bi but our Saudi clubs are bobi and so it's nothing but last season ya kan wa asemi them are quote if you were to the fifth position no fourth position pon was he na club Obama mo bobi wo honom Ruby onya ba
anya Obama na asem
Ruby the thing is all
baby why release Kenya ya why release Kenya ya
20 years of age
why
obotuma akwa about the career because Saudi league afraid wants to work for far
okay
benye sika o
to be friend no problem
so upon us feel that he wants to go back to Europe I'm not sure about the captain
enya no asem to be friend no no be friend to no problem
and I want to be na yan captain asem mo je no mbo Al Ain wo the other leagues ni bi
na deja na ye na kwa wonya ni bi
MLS enyi
press na jan as cement the position nya bi ni bonsu ba no
no bo the last competition ye boy ehu abrante no na se no mbozi mbo aso enyiwa na so okọ the Saudi Pro League nim na so tuma ko bobio na se fa Blasters so ye fit so botuma agba why won't you call because of baby obobo in time friend bio no place if no was akan you can talk about the other leagues now I agree if there is a French for who make those arguments and matasi na Ghanaian press if no was one akan me brain if no was one akan at the point in time you Moldova Sheriff Tiraspol na the place has one book
I uncle for your my bedroom career for them. But this guy, oh, there no problem. Yanko anyway. Uncle
Christopher Babos, 20 years of age. Alcotia.
I couldn't snap by my son. Uncle, I couldn't buy my uncle.
Alcotia, 50 million euros.
Kamadin, you don't call Kamadin quiet for uncle. Bye, could this guy? Bye.
Uncle Saudi Pro League. Nairobi, yet it's there. Manchester United and Chelsea. Conversations in Kodo.
That's what do you know.
Yes, what do you know? Christopher Nkunku and Alexander Garnacho. Aye. And I watch them do no But Chelsea agreed I'm a deal now. My friend Chelsea will be the victor in that particular deal.
Say Nkunku come on you, man you for.
Yes, the man you for about young Nkunku. Na Chelsea benya Garnacho.
And Nkunku no ka say Nkunku for.
Miss Ruby. Now papa can monk with him.
There be and I
don't come with him number.
Chelsea na anya you. But Nkunku no dey o good o.
Now you compare Nkunku and Garnacho at this moment. Who is the better player? Last season for last season pay.
Me dey last season asem. I mean Nkunku a che ball ni mu no a che say guy no ni ball ni bo.
But say Erihwe CV then maintain him because obey improve with team.
Nkunku no na.
Nkunku one ja no.
Maraska no na Maraska na ya.
Enti no so rumor no so ya today. Enyama kodo ho no.
O Ghana to akofa assembly for Jesse ahye. Ye didi atem ma mu John say me ni na atem. De o ye che say boy o so o mu hwi.
Na say team no club no won penny.
Do the be Maraska o team this o dry. FKK boss Samuel Jordan voice no wan dia o. O ko fasa aswandi for be Chelsea team ni mu. O de anko
that Ruby Chelsea one na bio. And upon we David Osteen. He's one person now. The moment he breaks any news biano, probably today almost about 95% or no credit. Yes. No on break him as now ponkutin for break him bia hono. In fact, obey the point of Fabrizio Romano. Na Ruby and player Basetiana information about there. Jamie by no Gittins. Dortmund for one winger now weighs 20 years. The English boy no. Chelsea ha konwa kuma. Okwa Dortmund I reject the contract.
Mama manema.
Obeba. Sisi and Ruby it's by papa no send there. Or as a club no be any we to make in come. Either they are almost agreeing a fee. And that is my problem with Chelsea this year. Ruby those days in Chelsea the player bar. I am one level no up one hour one do. But Sisi they are all the same. It's mean who is improving who. Competition is no question from Chelsea this year. Kopama at Chelsea was when you want to do close to 5 months now. Kopama Africa so anya penalty on to me shego.
Me de mani na na sumpo.
If you assist simple, why is na my brand?
Mani na sumpo
to there. It's why Chelsea come marketing ko sign a player. Nicolas Jackson no support hwe no su ban.
Also akofa the lap aba.
The lap ya so in the play. I want to know fu. I striker ko na ko shego. Gidi was a kwanyfa. And this team will compete in Champions League. That's the next 2 years. Yabaka Club World Cup and Chelsea will qualify. But with the kind of signs that Chelsea were, Ruby, when you confidence to be honest, because players was one but no mean wonder they are an upgrade over one currently. Why are available? And Chelsea could those days Chelsea could sign a player. Above remain in level no.
One who said your mom see no more stars no to the abede che for be actually. So some boy do be to be SCA to be on for be to be amazia.
Not on the players.
O man e mo.
Only pesika. Conference league what Chelsea against KBR.
Oh. Hey France and Slovan Bratislava form free more Champions League ma. Omunya 0 point no. 0 point. Chelsea I think about 5 just small amount to be like that so.
It's a waste of time. So me I don't know why. Because if you really want to boot Chelsea, and Ruby, what shadow or can spend? Why won't you go in for profile of players or suit to Chelsea? Players are pass a couple against Arsenal, elbow against Manchester United. One of those guys now will be through. But in the look as if the Chelsea team, no problem Chelsea team by a normal. Chelsea is a normal team. And they about the Arsenal for Real Madrid, Ope Rodrigo. About the one Liverpool, Real Madrid will compete for a player. No way to maybe to play. They are spending more. But you are spending more, but you are not getting the quality. And for me, that's my problem. Okay. Jamie be not getting likely there after FIFA Club World Cup, no signing for Chelsea because they are agreeing a deal. But when a bad player do, but me feel the on board currently players now when available.
No matter come dear and say Muna for me.
At baby, no sorry, you wako.
I'm free.
Rumors say Arsenal who's when you are bringing the also mean my door one. But Chelsea play the Arsenal.
About to me come
Chelsea play the Arsenal.
Okay. About to me come
These are the few
all right
stories of Europe, but you know.
Alright, me that say Asma, I say please good morning. I want update on Mbappe. Edika Kase Mbappe resume training. Our Madrid hopefully maybe their next game bit about Kakrabi the amount more. If clubs exclude themselves from this tournament, would they face a ban? If no, then clubs who are more concerned about their players' well-being than the monetary aspect should exclude themselves. If they can't, they should keep quiet and play. May I say, for your message, and I'll say, I only know the number one sports show in Ogwa, Kastle Sports. Chelsea will qualify. Greetings to my sister Rita. Okay, to Salwani. Nana Mbra NFA Ayoba Tampa Sarah for they are all listening to you. Mr. Speaker Eddie Fabu no they buy may I say Cole Palmer is playing with bad selfish players. Madueke and Jackson should be sold immediately and get good players and sign goalkeeper Martinez or Ter Stegen. Okay, may I say Yamre Fie Medin Komo Ewo local stories and also Abe Cancer anymore.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The sports king. The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The sports king.
Kastle 90.3 FM Suni Robert Mensah Sports and yede ma wono ye befie abehwe efisem no emu kakra na ya tumi akoye nim on FIFA Club World Cup ekoso no and legend Mohamed Polo wode atudwam say ne has of folk wo mu di agro ohwe has pa obra bababo mre bi atwamu a ankene ye kan ye FIFA Club World Cup ho asem no ka osenka hat ewo mu eni ye pe 4 teams from Africa to compete. House of folk should have been there, but and to on has in ball because I have one pa. Bibi and one of my canon was say one has a ball no, and then Garcia has passed a team like Cat and able for Club World Cup and Heart of Folk and can who be Ura Mohamed Polo. What a San Samno Eddie at to drive a part of CAF Champions League and they be Gold Stars. Equodina and Nemu na Kotokon Sukubo CAF Confederation Cup no. A idea CAF Eddie date best starting at the bar. Nyame adumwa September 19th to 21st September no and the bebo the prelims no the first round of prelims no September and dia CAF competitions no ba shasi from August and registration of players no so no ebe shasi and sign into kopia we be any Gold Stars so many abri papa for Champions League womo ekono womo borem ewo Basake Holy Stars omo winger Emmanuel Ejay Omako signing and running medical sim bia out of form kama Emmanuel J abejone bibiani eye Gold Stars yede atudwa ewo dwumede so amayetie for yenko Accra of foka coach Abubakar Watara mpanyifo de atudwa so mama no a new role in the same say now no or a special advisor to the board of directors. Coach Abubakar Watara the special advisor to the board of directors intino togba for the ne board no bomo futufuo special futufuo pa no coach Abubakar Watara eno ya duma nei house of folk ahye coach no sir yede atudwa ama yetiefuo yenko Kumasi Asante kodo komeko African their jersey no should be in tempa koloko new jersey for the upcoming season no the whole brand the aba jersey no afa ahomeka wo mu pa nemom eboa no ene nkofo ka ho asem koloko new jersey for next season no 500 cedis and more edge for the new jersey to pe koloko jersey bi atwa 500 Ghana and ho sem eno no yama Cape Coastal UCC youngsters wamo nyame adum nti o man division 2 Omaka Division 1 League ni mu nti o mani abre almost nyame aduma ochina Wednesday ekope me 27th June no womo say womo justify your inclusion ewo Casford Field ho 3 p.m. into otimen ka wo Cape Coastal wo winiba wo he fa dwokwa mu area ho ba bia obi ana woni ball no bopa dia nyame aduma efi ukwa de kope me efiada no ewo Casford Field 3 p.m. no UCC youngsters team e division 1 league e Ghana hanom no omo justify into betima kwana fe won so atumi akwa kire won so bobre e wase no any few local stories e baba no pay a ye de atudwa e de amawo ye mra na fe ye medi ho enkomo entumi enfama kan cha ne so mamen say anointed engineering services e na obekọ na fe generator ho dwumade bia no o ma ye e de amawo opa generator to wakoto bi pese be installation de mawo what they say me repair fama and now per air generator bi etumi arranti a ni nyina ebi ekoso e wa anointed engineering services o madwuma ho tie papa nchikone ko hu omo san ma eye nchekere e wo eye engineering na say ne eye generator ho edu pese ne generator no how aye ho adwuma repairs ni ade eye installation ni ade a ibetuma church ni na bi e wa anointed engineering services me pa choma chiko Cape Costa town 3 opposite the main lorry station ho free 0248 455 697 and 0243 480 334 anointed engineering services the generator expert Betway aviator challenge no unim aviator tripa de na kwanya base ubabe Ghana's aviator legend sika da so no 500,000 Ghana cedis it money aboramwe na betway.com.gh no fa ho kwhyemu bi na kotwi flight no kama ma free one akopem 30th June into call nekopiem betway.com.gh na fe also ekodi agro no bi kaisa terms and conditions apply Betway for say getway more FKK yeni komoy
yeah hasifo yeso mo reassign Watara na me podium hunam say technical director adwumana na okoye special advisor to the board no na mention that NTS na say chinchina achi Watara no board no baby de na hye it means say adwuma na obey na so money from the word go me hu is sorry no yeah the ba me tirim no say am say omuhu am say the yen hye dem hu no me kan ya masses no especially we share club no supporters some for so udi na chi kakra last season mo by wom say me key an accession say we share say we compare her some previous season before so beba ampo oba be fire baby omu di na that is obeto so and we season na afei or the has for battle relegation otimi do omu kam na ono anya ne full season so to etimi do omboy no say we compare dia na so obeka say the second season no and the performance no na eye you know so na hwe dia na say obetimi a criticize no kakra but enye bebre but they be a board no hu beyond the ye hu no omu hu nyoma bebre omu hu quality bebre wo no omu feel say so omu pro bi obetu board no for board the consistency to gba fed the 14th ono na chair sanso na Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo and I said Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo na wo hwe Vincent Odetoy Sowa honorable omu nyina ewo so bi na minim sa larger campaign so ya bebo ni dia kan any other mpanifo a omu nyina no e kan ye board no ho mo hwe na se omu pro bi a omu giri se technically tactically ban football ni yo na obetu omu for dia Watara but se ka wo hwe ni CV ne dia wire with work dia honom no betimi aka se your friend say technical director and our year into no na ne de ne more of say as a focus no be players e beba players e be call players no dwumadi omo edi omo performance ne sa nyoma nyina omo contract nsem ene sa de no mo behwe enso so atimi de account dodo na enso so ya no mo edi bia to so de mo eti se bia afutuo directly to a team no empanifo no ebi omo yes ade na etimi de mo but so the PSG for pro de no be example at said Nasa Khalefi honom no na Luis Ocampos enso Ocampos there no liaise between team no na bibia no report to Nasa Khalefi but owners na nkasa de omo ho because Nasa Khalefi na president for Paris Saint-Germain but has the be say ne say ba board na nkasa no do na so so ayo money ma directly omo anso so eye adwuma no enso e de ma eye team na nkasa ntimi hu say CEO say MD wo honom de America no enye se house no eni MD omo MD. Why I'm saying this ni say eduru no ebi ne dodo no e baba be ka say MD na so mo nhye de hu na adwuma ni ye omo nti ni din omo nti ne kasa because we MD a more of a CEO adwuma no o kan nyina bom na waye but ono nhye da enti ne ka ebisi aso no professor behind the scenes obey adwuma rather than so obeba bontia ba be kasa bebre ni nyina no e yade a na ye hu has dwumadie no e bebre empre bebre nso ka nse bi aka be pese beba be todwa ananka piaro no e beba be kana de say ni o parado kra na mnim se adwuma no da so yo but then na no ya no ase wo hu so kokko interviews ono so etime ejina mo ye adwuma de ma heart to folk but papa ye friend ne de say uncle right on shada entenenka nenka no nyese ka ombe kasa bebre but at least adwuma ye no wow baku mienu bi no pass it through because ko elsewhere butra greno no more and the likes ni nyina mpono sometimes so to omka mo ba ebe kan nsem bi ko club no na se nko yi a enye se coach no kwani players ba be kan no so be kan bi no a the direction of the club but has I ankudia no nshada hu ne santi sen ena wotare adwuma no okwakoye omo akirem anaso omo kan dia to se or a special advisor oba abeji anku adwuma ni nyina bom no aye na se bibia ni a no abesore akọ board no ho directly no akọ kasa dia ma omo abia sure se
be see what the bibi ba na se board no person take decision bia o be call board no be call coach friends watara ho say there see one dey banie odwen ho say yenye ne say na o makobu say
no technical director na kai dey
sa ho ebe on be say on bank club on bank team no day friends and day to day activities ni bebre
na dey na adwuma no be ni say special advice
o teche no monitor na niam na okọ board ni here bia ba catch them
any sika hunu no betua
oh sika hunu say Asman oh say edu company no era
and on be ni free o mu ntua neka
oh we be man bibi kakra
da bibi kakra is watara da be betua
neka in fact once watara oye dwuma wa man ka official resident na bibia ho no abo contract when you sign ya na say abrante no another papa no if you dey nya dwuma bia you cannot take yourself out of the contract no was throw there bia papa no obaje packages be for one
let any mu no fia let any mu fia bi say who bibi wo let any mu a bibi special bia ni ma ho me
special bia ni that's the role we are signing no ana was amen
bibi a who say bibi wo mu cheche bibi wo mu a obetuma kankan mu na hwe I just keke o de ko de be obe hu bibi point bia bia e be me hu ne clear job na nkasa yi a because obad
I did no an da hoy
dem with them
no ma me west me nsan de tuamu a de be biom na wow they over can no ma car say we assigned and I think say headline no crap HH bibia man who read him a Osman no be kenkan
I no be kenkan mu Osman kenkan mu da FKK ku yanim o hu bibia no aka kire ai o da hu bibia no be ka kire we hu fia o just take ku anim ai
Babia na papa na onpese omo ya ade ni tua for me can be make a lot for me can be make a lot of sense said your mom says okoye technical director adwuma na can no e bulked emu odu e broad na adwuma na obe
no be what say
but this was second paragraph also be special advisor yes so working directly with the board and breaker and I say I share the last paragraph now what say what the nasa was a professionalism and innovation or the other club no it's innovation on you
bibiani FKK kwanim
it's a run America say ebi omo hu bibi sonko ewonim ti so bibi sonko ama no position as say bi we be ye yi kakra so but special advisor there
to the board no
yes I say minim
okay yeah
okay so say no pen la braba the chire nyina ne say board no ani aso no na dwuma na wa ye kakra no
ampese obekọ
omo mpese omo beja na mana ko mo hu say bibi woni mu a so na omo nsa betimi akan dia free ne mo why omo are reassigning no but this time around no maybe said your kind no getting
closer to the team no
to the team na kasa didi drama na bia oni ni team na engina baby no omo nyo omo adwuma now watara nso ni na na mochire na on shop na that's a konkonse adwuma na obi who dey simply put konkonse adwuma no ba be yen share how we be pan out but MD no onke ka no o say na adwuma no eba na make any onkoi
when I man kwan
go na make can say why make us onke ka no say obi be because na adwuma na oba be mo kire mu miehu say no no kwan na ye uru efi say o mo tie committee bi a na o ka ho a na board no so members ni bi kan ati say ura odote so wa na ka ho
na say I dey go hwe in friends and players
anya no dabi ye be hye season ase na
okay
efi ni ka say o mo ni kotoko nyina no mo mfa
o mo yi famran ai
o mo ti sa
team no yeah sure
a na o ka ho enti bigiri se na bibia gina ne na so a na o ya as I said MDD who no say sa rule no also timi play now play ni ye nti say yes akọ asane the head coach na mo feel say the performance on and off the pitch no and so ntimi anya no say mo kọre asane so no mo be special advisor the position mo ya you do the attain no
but FKK me who bibi wa hade what's a special the same letter yes what's a special assignment and duties oba assigning there what are obey
man special assignment
man special assignment and duties
assignment
it is actual program was in the as a special advisor Abaka Watara will be working directly with the board of directors on special assignment and duties. It's ambiguous. So now we don't know the exact ejuma about my board. Say the board can cotton sumay. No, that's something like that. Maybe I hear play be had day. Quite scat man.
Board now na ko board no scout you be ma.
What's the special assignment and duties?
Assignment no hono ma.
What you mean say bibia.
Obetuma yes.
Obetumi have say e will be biamu into the technical team kwa o say one getting closer to no obetimi have say e wo mu or a special advisor to the team no dey no mo ye
to the board no
omo to go football no mo ye enti anything football has to focus dia no so it means say Arura so the senior team no and mani team no what are be have say
okay yeah sure all right.
And I don't know any underboard ni bi.
Kwani mani na ka ho.
Okay. The concern jumana no beti. Watara onye no onye niye. Dia be show nse bia no. E wo se wo ye na wo ye niye. And I believe say eno ne glimpses kakra ma empanifo na ni aso na juma. I think say on no more serious note no. I believe say board no omo a kire say so mo pe wa asem on be standing by you
am pa watara asem
yes on pe na asem
and the asma the contract na mu yo ho
me sure
nti obo kwon de e fancy baby on na ni Ghana ha say nti obo so ye okay anyway
yo eti that is it but Mohamed Polo said what kind there ya can be ya can be in fact competition ba be sha say kan say your clubs no e bo mo bra no mo boni here I didn't say you put your widening scoop no I can say has a chronic kotoko ntimi ya omo kon the likes of media mamo omo so e ba no omo so nyira omo bi ntie bia ochina bi no ebe ya de papa dia mamo enti de bia na metaka say ye bo competition bia say bi o say ye mpo ye de pano brudu kra na beto so a as your friend say price you don't want that budget because ochina unim dia de be bro enti no saa clubs bi o mo kokopie mu ho no nyese dodo na agibio the fact that so more up performing ewo CAF competitions eno ene ade a FIFA ejina so e de select ti sa format no so ne ejina select de aye wo performance na so eni ato so no o na abeko enti for me eno ne ade aye clubs no entimi nya which your clubs no has to focus so e kan ho bi ti polo aka me sure so no so ehwe bi omo nyina hwe bi o enti omo hwe na e bia bo bia manfo bi ebo enti e bia ne house bi ono abo bi da ne team bia ono so ahwe bia wa coach so da no ohu se na anu yi
aba Sundowns ba na anu ye abo fa club world cup
e no mo ebo chi
before
and after Sundowns game no I think so mo last game omo ne Dortmund ya no Niko Kovac eba be kan say African teams ono po de wanche ba ne nsem na o kan ni nya de opachire nyina ne sem am Lodi Sundowns pa no mo ball na efe and was it on any day o metimi ahye any European team Niko Kovac e kan sa asem no simply because omo eye nyoma yi ona no wo ho otiade na say enye say o lead calf no keke but ono so ne dia na wo no invest so much into the team okọ Brazil no akwa attacker na ba and the team no Brazilians bear 4 and emu bear 3 status omu nyina no so e de mom so ya now ye the year dia you also get there they be ka say sebi de wo na de ahwere no na mom de otiase de has of folk engu ye ne de it means anytime bia no so mo yiro mo no mo tutu nyoma yi a obesa sori biem tiporo de waka ne de your friends Mohamed Polo de waka no eno ado no enyu poro ayawe Mohamed Polo nipa asema waka no de pepe ba won so no so bibi won man ko betimi de atro ba no mo feel sometimes oka ensem man ya ano mo say aduma no so mo de man no
eno wantumi anye
enti woni ho kwan eno na ana meka ne de bia say o ka ne sa de bia o be mistake so I say so can asem no pepe de bia o be mfo so coach ebeba coach beko sa o mo ye technical directors yi a o mo gisika kese boama clubs yi to ye players ne na sefo no would you say amu coach here no amfront no my appoint o mo ko ye technical director jumanana obi oso kra o coach da but the appointing is ombra na coach bi o ya de Pep Guardiola bi meshe na se Anaslot bi meshe na se Mikel Arteta so no se betimi abodi o so meshe na se Xabi Alonso and the likes Judge Club question mase no munye adwuma nti enye dan ya obi wo hon ma we ye ne no anye ye batene doesn't mean say wontimi ntofo ma ye fa ma enye ye nti ye clubs no enyiro mo ye beduru o mo tiase a teams ni ngugu ye ne de o mo pre they also get there nti Mohamed Polo I think say we give it to him was asem na waka no
Osman
yeah miss
kakrai
ai kodoko Jesse I was having is it for next season
next season the whole brand new one eba no
and 500 cities I will take Ghana Jesse no be as in there
hey Osman are you sure about for the no
I support Chelsea I support us Real Madrid Ekukuru 1.8
they are the quality one
now quality as my kete ya so ya standard dabi ya ba compare oya standard as na ya ka abofo that ya kese ekwa Europe grade agency sometimes one number 2500
na boarding
etina so what try grade bi so oba hade ya when you say what kind of 500 one top
any grade B
Antasibia how many times you know kofu kuma was a replicate
grade
the last time I saw Leba had no say come be a pando for one now one just is what to wash why because no one said that
the 40 cedis
you understand me feel there it is good but yension kofu nkran want to money be want to I understand the quality no but quality 5 and you pa here no supporters akotokofo be dia be obese
monkoto
one na bi o won sem
monkoto
one na bi o won sem
akwa 500 Ghana
you see by justify
ochna
Ruby or you good so you good
adentia
because last time we get 2 football they say a player they say by nyam koye from one nye wanua na bo home boys those players they will go but obi a want talent of feel there e bia me show bi ni say more bob them poko no they may not go sometimes in UCC we are sure there I mean coach William they scout around they have a lot of coaches around what boy fiti board at some tournament in division 2 award they could have been there was scout players maybe sometimes the monk of a pick one they come in straight into the team
my picky be but just finance one by here
me sure
most of the
players
justify now be a be
and make justify players will be say what bar they need a lot of polishing most of them a lot of polishing but my division 2 be already so our club so remember but just fine
there be
and I'm one it's make say scout be muna and oba no straightforward they come into your team
but justify also helpful
but justify is it
so they want to rely only on a justify they will sign other players but they need
I'm saying that we should encourage the clubs so much there one major way of recruiting players
justify
division 2 for a warrior I can agree but
everybody Samates boy say down and okobo bia odi konya akwanya call Samates the clubs dey obi aye
no and one polishing
Also, come on, justify no.
You understand?
I'm a fan of boy.
Yes, you will get there, but how many of them impo?
Okay.
So you say I need the right thing. I will be about brain.
Oh my God, Mr. Premier Class in your be justify 0244 me fa cause kakra 0244 408046 0244 408046 and 0244 408-354. Me pa choba no ayi nti mama me na yakwe no ofofo so abaso bi. Hello, good morning. Reverend.
Good morning.
Reverend, good morning.
I'm chef kicking Josman.
You just
Miss Ruby, we share the local scene now. In the Pantama heart is straightforward. I think they follow me. We share Harin regime, any Toby regime, a vast difference. Quack. The first one, what are we doing? Assignment is awful. Also, what are we? Oh, Pierre. Today, all play there, what book him in that. Oh, advising boys, you know. What idea? If I had to, if I wanted to continue, how many are crying? I have been a book. Let me show me to you more.
Oh, that's it. Madam Reverend, hello, good morning.
I'm on Miss Rudy.
Maso Pomani.
Even that one for me.
Namiado Miahuye Pa.
The president of the I had the full. This is why I was the crown coach. About the amount of saying was the truth. The man with this come as no go. About
say hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Maybe I didn't baby your friend free.
I don't complain tomorrow.
Okay, uncle, it's you.
Yeah, Mrs. Food, and I pay me show and I'll be seeing my papa over my food mountain for. I'm a young for yes, I could be. Now I'm going to meet you. And I pay also what I just
500 cities.
It is a little bit 5
million.
I know that Ghana for Canada now. Ghana Winja no more about Yoga Madrid and Cotonou that support to Cotonou. Because, sir, I mean, just what one hour, a bit of the complex in the room. So, what I support with him, not with him, not a general with him. How about the garrison? I am Sky Nada. I'm with him. Nada, on the top. We have also got to Mokotoko, India, and not India.
Medasi. I'm in council. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Right, Uncle Benny.
Yeah, let me make question. You are there. My class scheduled about amend calendar.
Okay.
The share of under Europeans one calendar, South Americans, two there, almost partition or 13 for Europeans and March. Okay, Mamma Kuma Samado. Watara, Ewa. You know, $8,000 a month. And that it's left with 1 year contract. So, at the point, or your smart move. Because a calculator is about 9.5 billion. The Mr. Watson now one fits wasn't actually baby because what is good no 1 2. In there, Jaruka send the man with door and a quite day upon an AU. Amanda was most supporting the bad this time was supporting. But name the cakes. Or come a Ghana football. In the house of folk, this will be now your house of folk. In nature, the area was with a wild body in it. That's was one body. In nature, so that heart come upon a someone that won't go to look at come one. You can know art one match go over, so what's one trick pointer.
Any man must have to me fine. Or man would no problem. Okay. Yabashe.
I will check.
Mati, Yabashe, set 3 points here because baby. Hello, good morning. Honorable Jaru.
Yeah, Miss Ruby, could was an
aha, Kabi Mami.
Yes, Mammy could be a no be about to be because fact me at the yes to be a enemy, chop money by a number any to one this a day, in fact, a clear. You could be out of my no, what I mean is, there was an invasion, baby. Invasion, mean, incident, another we do as here. Here, now, an invasion woman. It's not the heart to invasion when you don't obey. I only hear one Mukaka. I am Hello,
good morning.
Hello, Mr. Sumi.
Me ba cho din baby free.
What the crab never said.
Okay, patch it you.
Never can say, I come to good in the pastor, come to good in the one of my son, only this is all part of the Ghana. I look at the other. I didn't say anything.
Okay. Meda say, all right, that's an update on Nico Williams. Heaven's Gate inside UCC. Edika say, ne, Belba for one so mo de omuni bibia ka boy person ko basa. Sika no mabobɔ na wie basa nkotu ma la liga for na boy ne kwaye mu player. Nti ene de o ma be pa mo nsa afiri ho se basa pia de boy no mo nkono mo kotu eska no. Na o me fa ne nkonti ye twen. E be should be am enjoying the program inside Akoto Chisikadua says your boy Kofi Bonny. And Kofi born in studio and so to me Ede Abba. I'll say congrats Kastle FM, you are the best in all. Please can you give me update about Kotoko? Okay, Kofi Reggae and a different channel Ede Abba no. Kotoko prepare for a Yami Adumaf. 1st July a game on Bebo against a Hearts of Folk. The President Cup in Monintino. Yes, a President Cup no more prepare myself for the game Monintino the Besibiano. Yede ehonsem no ede beba tie sa eye Kaiboy efamame na yentumi eni enkomo wo honom NPA the National Petroleum Authority say me fantu anim say wakoto fuel bi hwia fuel no kasa woto 100 Ghana de bugu mu na say 100 Ghana no de bi ase e wo fom ana hunu say ase fuel no akra wotu ka na say musie bi ni ade fuel no quality no enye papa ana say wakoto fuel no attendant bi ne obi suban bi a woda ne di chewo no na bad crack as customer service no na enye men ha ho kra bomodin na efa wasem efa kodan NPA fo wa mra wo frɛ wo mo 0302 550 380 0302 550 380 anase bowra mu wo mo head office no wo jowulu and I say ne original offices biano na koyo complain no kai say ne or up to 48 hours to report it into kotofu owns amount no ye mun amount pepe sa quality of the food no so no enye papa and I feel experience bad customer service for wasem ekodan the National Petroleum Authority for warm ebeboa eno eni nkaiba eno so efro ede aba ye de wo besi nyame ya adomo a yebese ahia na afei da ka nyina no ya to me enso atoa so na yakoi ene Tuesday afarefo edumadie no enso eyade a eba eye wa kwamut bomode anama wa fidie na hanum sei na etie bi kai say President Cup no 6th July inti kotoko ne heart ene bebo a preparations no egusua ekosua ede hu update nya bekosua ede ama ono kona bo wote Osman ene FKK nka midin ede Miss Ruby Adams anopa ye bedo asipi se oje bre na utie ejumadi no so ma mo frɛ ba show no se da ma se ma mo send messages ma mo tie nso bebi nti ma frɛ no nyina